Hey guys, how are you doing? We finally made it here. I'm here with Tom.
Hi guys, there were nurglings in the machine,
Yeah,
but
you
we
can
got them
probably
out.
see
We're all
there's no caster come yet. So I will fix it after this game. But we came in the venue a bit late, and the guys are already setting up. So didn't want to mess about and moving around with cables. So we're gonna basically just say a quick hello. It's a semi-final. We've got Georgio and Arnaud. I hope I pronounced the names right. It should be about right. Blood Angels versus Hypercrypt. So I've seen Blood Angels kill stuff, and I've played Necrons. So we should have a little bit of an insight.
This is going to be a very, very interesting game. Again, two real big hitters in the game. I believe Arnaud beat Liam VSL yesterday with Hypercrypt. Blood Angels very, very strong. French and Greek internationals. Very, very spicy.
Yes, and if you can hear, we're trying to talk a bit quietly, because normally it's not a problem, because there is 700 people here, but now there is us and the players and the ref, so we try not to, be too distracting to the players. We probably won't be even if we get louder, because we're both soft-spoken.
Don't want to echoing too much, and obviously we've got Adam Camilleri on the other stream, and I'm keen not to shout over Adam Camilleri. That doesn't feel like a great move.
Exactly.
Jack in the chat says, not sure you've only got intro music near
Yeah, it was.
We're up and running now.
We're just a little bit delayed.
If you can hear us in the chat, say hello. Let us know.
Yes,
it's good to have some feedback.
Yeah, I can see green lines moving, so it's usually a good sign that they can hear us. So it should be fine. So let's jump over to the lists.
Yeah, here we go.
So let's start with Georgio with his Sons of Sanguinius.
Yeah,
it's the new hot flavor of the month.
And this is a trend in general. We've gone pretty much without any vehicles. It's just all in on melee jump pack guys. And so we've got Dante with Sangard, Lamatis with Death Company, Sanguinor, lovely little counter charge, fight the first piece, Captain with jump pack. You've got some intercessors because sticky objectives is nice. Triple assault intercessors with jump packs because at 80 points those are just bonkers value, just simply too good not to take. A Death Company Dreadnought, which obviously with its sort of chain fighting potential is great fun. It's also a very cute, happy little guy, so we like to see that in the list. Big pack of Death Company to go with the Martis. Two big Sangard bricks, obviously one's going to be led by Dante, Scout Squad and Van Vets with jump packs. So this is more in the Death Brick style, right? You've got some massive, big, heavy hitting bricks. And Blood Angels obviously have all the tools to absolutely wreck face in the fight phase.
Yes.
If any of these units connect with things, they are going to do huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, and I think they clarified or nerfed the Death Company Dreadnought. When he activates and he gets shot, he can only fight if he's already in combat rather than
is that right? Okay, so you can't be swinging all over the place.
So he used to activate, go in and fight. And
table whole armies.
Yeah, they changed that.
That's a shame. Still very cool.
Yeah, and these are the things I say when I always go instantly lower, because that's something you don't want to tell straight to the Blood Angels opponents that I can activate. No. But Necrons, again, Necrons are nothing super new other than the Triarch Stalker, which you don't usually see.
Yeah, so that's I think that must have got a point struck, because they're suddenly popping into lists. 125, it's just big, it's obnoxious, it requires some dealing with. And then the other interesting thing in this, obviously it's a Hypercrypt list, it's got lots of destroyers and a monolith and all the usual things.
Yeah,
but
it's the fact that the destroyers are very tough, so they can punch.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they're tough. They're good at killing Marines, and you're playing a lot of Blood Angels, so the fact that they can jump around, they've got massive footprints, so they're very good at screening.
Yes.
So it's all about board control, because you kind of want to create no-go zones for your destroyers to sit back and shoot out of.
Yeah.
Because it's fair you can jump, but Blood Angels are fast. They will go and kill something. But if they cannot land, they cannot even jump over you, right? And not only blocking, the Scorpex will kill some of the Blood Angels, because it's damage too on most things. So even though they have a feel no pain, they should be able to wither them a little bit, and it's not like they're gonna just fall over and die, because Scorpex are tough.
Yeah, and I think that's where this list is a bit different. It's got more combat. There's Lich Guard, there's Scorpex Destroyers. It's got some things which can actually go and tangle, and they're cheaper than Catan, who are obviously what Necrons were using for combat before, but they're very expensive now. And Blood Angels in particular have a lot of answers for Catan. So I think this is just making sure you've got that counter punch, got some counter offensive, but it's cheaper. And obviously with the monolith in Hypercrypt, you can be moving these around via the monolith, doing all sorts of fun things with the infantry, phasing them in and out of the monolith. So
yeah, exactly.
It's got a lot of play in that sense.
Yeah, and like you asked, we all got the microphones up a little bit. We're talking quietly, but now it's gonna be loud.
Yeah, it should
so
be loud.
We're good.
That's cool, yeah.
So let us know. If it's Tom that's too quiet or me, we can all adjust that.
Yeah, you can adjust it as you guys need. You just let us know.
But yeah, let's move you into the actual game so you can see what's going on the table.
Wonderful.
So, there we go. The Blood Angels player went first.
Okay.
He drew Aria, Denial, and Assassination.
Okay.
So assassination, again, not great. Area denial, nice and easy. Just jump in the middle, you get that.
Should be okay.
But assassination is... He didn't discard it, so he's gonna either discard it for a CP later, or keep it, because maybe he thinks he can catch a character out.
Yeah.
With precision, which is possible, right? Normally
yeah,
you go,
it is possible. It is possible, yeah. And so, yeah, the Van Vets have been waiting for this moment their whole lives. They're going to go stand in the middle and die. That's what they're all about. Obviously, Blood Angels is actually quite a funny one, because Blood Angels are a bit of a tempo army. I think they like going first. They like being able to stage, get ready to fight. But also, Hypercrypt like going second, because then they can start jumping stuff up and down and getting up in the sky as well. So both armies will be happy with this to some extent. They can both do a lot of the things they like to do as a result of this. And there was quite a lot of careful sort of threat range measuring at the start. I think the Hypercrypt were just making sure they couldn't get immediately blatted by big jump back bricks coming across.
Yeah. But don't take it from us. I'll put the player mics on.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they have to say.
Yeah.
They haven't been saying much. They're just pretty much doing the standard things. It's like, oh yeah, I do this. I'm just gonna move here and do that.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be a theme, because this is a top table, table 1.
They both know.
And there's only another table. This is semi-finals. There's only 4 players, so they've gone through everything undefeated. So the matter of the fact is, they know each other's armies well. They know what they're doing. So there doesn't have to be much communication other than I'm in range of that. I'm moving there. I'm doing this. Yes, no. So yeah, the volume should be better now. We can speak a bit louder.
Yeah. So just keep hyping up, guys. If it's not loud enough, just keep letting us know, and we'll keep getting it boosted up for you.
Yeah, I'll try to keep the voice normal, because obviously it also gets different when players start talking and they don't hear as much. It's just distracting. It's not that we're not gonna have more insight than them, so it just don't want to be distracting. There we go. We've got some Sun Guards staging in the middle. They're obviously incredibly tough. Oh, I hit some. Nope, there you go. I'll just see which player is there.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just a cable going on.
Yeah, one of the cables is just being off. Quite often it's also the facial hair, because facial hair loves to go, oh, there's a microphone, I'll catch on that. We'll see if it stops it, because obviously I don't want to walk up and go, can I get my hands in there and fix that? No. But yeah, the deployment from Hypercrypt is also very deceptive, right? Because they can go wherever they please, effectively.
Exactly that, especially going second. They can just pick a bunch of stuff up.
Yeah, because the monolith, again, on these, you'd think on WTC tables it's gonna struggle to move around, but it just hides very well. I mean, against Blood Angels there's not much shooting, other than the very short range Melta pistols. There's a lot of shooting there, but you're not hiding from that. But it's effectively pretty easy to squeeze in out of line of sight, like you can see here and here. That monolith can barely be seen again. Anytime he's worried is when the opponent is here. Because they're gonna be shooting with Melta pistols. Every model pretty much has an Inferno pistol, because Wargear is free now. Which is bonkers. Which might change, because if you've seen the new box, it looks like
I
think VA will lose a lot of the Inferno pistols. Obviously at the moment it's a big part of what makes them incredibly dangerous.
Yes, exactly.
And the monolith needs to be careful in this game. It's very easy to lose the monolith, and that would be pretty bad for the Hypercrypt.
Yes, because once Blood Angels hit that, right, you get Lance,
it's going.
Extra AP strength, everything just goes through.
At the moment, it's not hanging around.
No monolith here. No monolith
you can see on the far side, they both put some sort of scouts forward deploys. You had flayed ones and scouts lining up opposite each other, and it's always a case of whoever goes first is going to get to eat the other ones. It looks like the scouts are coming through to deal with the flayed ones now. But you kind of have to go for it and just hope that you can get the tempo.
9 in the back, right? Yeah.
And yeah, look at that. That is 20 Sangard, all ready to play.
There we go.
Stashed up behind walls in places you do not want them.
No monolith here.
And he's just checking his backlines now, trying to make sure.
And interestingly, there are blue Blood Angels. Yeah. So it's like unoxidized Blood Angels.
They look really nice, actually. They're very pretty. You've got blue Blood Angels and then unoxidized. I like that. Very pale gold on the Sangard. But he's now just making sure there's not too many by way of monolith-friendly areas.
Yes, but it's worth mentioning what mission they're playing, because forgot to mention that, to be honest. It's something I've never played before. It's Burden of Trust. And you seem to know a bit about it. All I can see is you score 4 VPV, control something, and then if you declare a unit to defend it, and if you defend it until the end of your opponent's turn, you get extra 2, right?
Yeah, that's right. So you're getting 4 for
Okay,
4 standard primary, 4 primary, 4 objectives outside your deployment, and there's obviously
Okay.
an extra one, so you've
Okay.
got 4 objectives in the middle.
Yes.
All your main primaries coming off those.
First.
Then you can
let me
also
see.
be selecting a unit to guard the objective, which scores
Yeah.
at the end of your opponent's turn, subsequent turn, which gets you 2 extra on top. But that unit has to be alive, and you have to keep controlling that
one city,
objective.
right?
So it provokes a real tussle, a real back and forth between the 2 players.
I'll mute the player mics because one of them is.
Yeah, I think we probably need to get that sorted out.
I'll send my brother over. Give me a second. Yeah, there we go. I'll do that in a second. They're already fighting. We've been bubbling on because yesterday we had a very slow game, right? And now
Yeah.
these go. I'm here. Okay, I'm charging. I'm fighting.
Less danger of that, I think. Yeah. So the scouts just going through the flayed ones essentially, as we predicted on that far side, just clean that out. And I guess he's going to be looking here to just tag a few of the units on that far left, so slightly less of the Hypercrypt army
left,
can
right?
jump up and down and move around.
So we've got one of the players. I'll keep an eye and I'll mute him. We'll fix his mic as soon as they stop playing. We don't want to.
Yeah,
override
yeah. It's
dice
just
now.
crackly. He's very involved. He's very over the table. It's just that mic's just flying around.
8. Dead.
Give me. Because if I make 1, he's alive.
Yeah, I think. Yes.
I will CP reward 1.
Yeah, obviously now it's great
No,
that you can roll
dead.
all your dice and see. Maybe I'll CP that
What's
to
its
keep
good
something
combat
alive.
attacks?
2 attacks only.
2 attacks, okay.
This one, huh?
This one.
Oh no, you have 4 attack, strength 7, AP 1, damage 3.
4
yeah.
attacks and 7, everyone, damage 3. How many? 4.
4.
3s?
3.
And 3s.
Yes.
AP?
1.
I'll leave you with Tom and I'll go fix it in a
Yeah, no
second.
problem. Just some mic issues on the player mic there, but as you can see, the scouts have gone for a double tag, tagging the destroyer, tagging the Triarch Stalker, and to make some calls about the damage potential. And as you can see, some of those scouts have been killed, but it's keeping the Triarch Stalker where it is. Ultimately, probably worth it. The scouts are obviously dead anyway, so you might as well get the use out of the unit and pin that thing where it is. It's going to be interesting actually looking at it, because obviously, yeah, there's proper solid screening all the way across the back from the Blood Angels. Anything that does go in via the 3-inch deep strike is in big trouble, because countercharge units are all raring to go. So I'm curious to see what the Necrons are going to do in response here. Obviously, area denial scored, assassination, I imagine, becomes a CP. That's a solid first turn for the Blood Angels, just get in position the way they like to do. And it's going to be all about the extent to which Hypercrypt can apply itself to counter-respond. You've got nice cheap chaffy units out in front for the Blood Angels to avoid anything serious connecting into the Sangard.
So only 2.
There we go. One of the mics is just having a fit.
Okay,
I fixed that.
This is one of those days. Nurgling's in all the tape, that's fine.
Yeah, as always. So,
Good news with Blood Angels is it's always pretty clear what they're doing.
yeah, it's clear and easy because I just, you go forward, you want
Go
to do your thing.
fast, charge, punch thing. Maybe shoot it with a pistol.
And it's now Arnaud's turn, the
Yeah.
Necrons.
That's right.
I don't think he picked his secondaries yet. I think he's just teleporting
Yeah,
stuff.
he's just got to decide what he's taking up in the sky, right?
So it's his command phase still. Yeah, luckily, Arnaud is the player's mic is having issues, but he's a loud guy, just like Money.
Oh, really? Okay.
So the other player's mic will pick it up.
Oh, sure. Okay, that's good.
It always happens when you come in the morning. You have only 20 minutes to set up, and then you go, "Oh, this doesn't work, and this doesn't work." It's like, which
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
do I tackle first?
Sorry, what?
I have the free Overwatch.
Can you see them?
I can see one of
Yeah, I
them.
can hear them both.
All right.
So it's
So
fine.
because we did here, if you want, you can go there. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So it's like you said, there's only necessary communication. It's like they know what they're doing. They have a plan.
Yeah. I think we've actually just gone back because we've remembered that the Hexmark Destroyer could see some Vanbets
And
when they came
Overwatch
up,
for
so he's
free.
just getting some
Yeah.
free
Force?
Overwatch shots. Not sure.
Yeah.
this-
Why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, why not? I don't think this changes an awful lot. I think those Vanbets are probably in big trouble anyway.
Exactly. Well, then again, top players do not mind. Like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
obviously would do
Very
this. Obviously, you
relaxed.
would meant
Yeah,
to do
so
that. Yeah.
there's no reason you wouldn't.
And importantly, there
He
is
got a wound through. Well done him.
Yeah, exactly. There's 3 French players in the semi-final. out
Yes,
of
they
4.
are. They are. So French team, obviously, I think probably the largest, strongest team that were competing in the Warmasters overall. Like
Mhm.
3 of them in the
And it's
semis.
like they said,
Pretty impressive.
they're pretty close by to Belgium, right? So it's decent for them to come over.
Yeah. So you've got Thousand Sons Black Templars over on the other stream as well.
Hello, Martin. How are you doing?
Hi, Martin Dorr. He's one of our 6++ community members. That's great.
There we
Lovely
go.
to see you in, Martin. Thanks for supporting us.
You would see Tom, but the camera decided not to look at Tom today.
That's okay. I'll be on later.
Jacob?
We'll see if we've got the main event kicking off. You know,
Yeah.
WTC itself
No.
kicking off later, and we'll have everything
5:30,
fully
yeah.
sussed out then
Everything's gonna be there.
for the first round of England's run, which is England versus China.
Yep.
Very exciting.
It's China's first showing, I think, at the
It is.
March for Death
Yes,
will
and
be.
the lads were up later practicing all the
Somewhere
pairings
guard,
and getting
somewhere
ready
guard.
for that round earlier on. So
Dragon.
should be really, really good. So well worth coming back for that. And we'll make sure that my face is on screen because I'll be cross otherwise because I am,
Yes.
of course, very vain.
And Team England, they didn't even come out to drink. They
no,
just
they're
stayed
behaving
there.
themselves now. No drinks till Sunday.
If they win.
If they win. There might be some commiseration drinks regardless. Then. So I'll just wait and see what the Hive Crypt are doing in response. Got decisions to make. And this is the thing when Blood Angels go first and get their big jump pack units to the middle, is that now the reach and the push from those units is very dangerous.
It is. Once you're staged up, so effectively you're gonna screen out entire. Hammer and Anvil is perfect against teleporting armies because
Yeah.
it's very easy to screen.
Exactly that.
So you screen that out, and you can see there is.
There's just very little space for them to work with, outside of
Yeah.
using the 3-inch deep strike.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at my telestrator dot. There it is. So that whole thing is
Yep.
9 inches away, screened by these units.
So you can't actually get a monolith in there, can you?
Yeah. So
Because
all you
they're-
do
they're
is
close enough to
you
the
just
edge.
push forward, stage in the middle, and you effectively block the whole board. So you
Yep.
take away Hypercrypt's largest advantage of teleporting around.
Yeah, exactly that.
Hey Martin, how you doing? So I can see this account works for you. The other one I can't see the messages. I don't know why.
Hello, Martin. Welcome. Good to have you here. So yeah, going to be an interesting one. I think
No.
what this Hypercrypt list does have going for it is at least a few combat units to actually swing back with and get involved. But it's going to struggle to apply these in these opening stages. You can obviously use the monolith to deliver a combat unit up close.
Mhm.
One here. Sorry.
Yeah, the
Um,
monolith has an obscene amount of shots, but
Yeah.
then again, it has to see, and I
Yeah.
doubt it will see anything it wants to see before it
No,
gets hit.
exactly that. So at the moment, they're just being fed units that I think Georgios is very content to lose. Doesn't mind losing the
Mhm.
scouts, doesn't mind losing the van vets. That's literally what they're there to do. And for reserves in the with the Blood Angels, you've got the Sanguinor up in reserves, so that can counter deep strike into a combat and then fights first. So it really swings sort of trading engagements on the flanks. But you've also got Lamartis and 10 Death Company in reserves as well. So, you know, we waited for a rapid ingress that never came yesterday. I suspect we will get one this time.
Yes, yes.
I think that's going to be happening.
The ingress that was never.
Lamartis
that
and
never
rapid
been-
ingress name a more iconic duo than that.
You can see the Scorpex hiding in there.
Yeah,
I assume that the measuring was just outside of the charge range.
yeah. It's just keeping
outside
outside
of
those
18.
Sangard bricks, right? Those are the killer things here. But
Because that's one thing that I suppose that soothes your mind is like Sangard cannot advance and charge.
Yeah,
Because advance and charge of Blood
We're
Angels
gonna
with lance and
put it
everything
first.
will be
Yeah.
terrifying.
exactly that.
Because it's not like Board Eaters that they would just run at you and charge. They will run at you, shoot 50 meltas and then charge.
Yeah, exactly that. Ultimately, the other things the detachment gives you are so good that people just haven't bothered with like Stormlance or Gladius. Really, like it's just
Yes,
being able
because
to
you have
hit
the,
so
you have the
hard.
option.
Yeah,
It's just the, what do you get? Extra attack, extra strength, extra AP?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's big,
What's the
and it
distance?
gets all of their combat
Side
units
20?
to the place that once you get that +1 to wound, you
Yeah,
can kill
the-
most things.
The big problem people are
Yeah.
seeing is it might potentially get standard like intercessors nerfed. Just because
Yeah.
that detachment
No.
is so strong, it
So
makes
that
these
would
units
be
insane.
Yeah, completely. So just players just working together to measure a few things out here.
Which is how you're supposed to. That's usually how my games look. It's measure, measure, measure. Do you agree? Yes, then go. Because it makes it so much easier. You kind of create a grid on the board, and you go, okay, if I go there, that's the threat. If I go there, that's the threat. If I stay here, I'm safe. But can I then next turn do a mission?
Yeah.
And it might take a bit longer, but in the long run, it buys you time. Because when you're low on the clock and you have to make snap decisions, you know what the safe zones are. And because you tell your opponent, I want to keep my unit safe being outside. If he then moves something or nudges something and goes, oh, actually I'm in range, you go, oh yeah, we talked about this, and then there's no discussion.
It's
It's
useful to just agree it, isn't it? And then because things do get moved around all the time. You know, terrain gets moved around, models
Yes.
get nudged. But
I'm
it's just
clumsy.
important to have a clear
exactly.
agreement on where things are.
I'm clumsy myself, so
Oh,
plenty of
mate,
times
me
I would
too.
knock a terrain that would fly and kill like half of my opponent's army. I've done that before.
Go for it. Painting in the chat says hello, welcome. Go for it. Painting. Really lovely to have you here.
Hey, how are you doing? I wish I could be sat down painting as well as casting. That used to be the Glasshammer days, you know,
Oh,
because
really?
we were really, so we would have like 20-hour days.
yeah.
So when we would live stream, I would be sat there running the stream and painting.
Oh my word.
It was obviously it wasn't as involved because we didn't have that many things to do
I don't
on
have
the
the
old
brain
stream.
for that amount of multitasking. I don't think I could do it.
I think it's ADHD for me. I cannot do one thing, so
Yep.
multitasking is perfect for me.
So Hoover M says, don't know if it's the volume or if they're whispering into the microphones. We
Yes.
are being relatively quiet in here because it's a big empty hall and we don't want the echo going on.
So yes, if I can
but
find,
we can continue to adjust the volume, make that a bit
let me
louder
see
for
if
you.
I can. Let me see if I can show you. So if you look at that camera on the left top, that's the hall, and we are right next to the streaming table.
Yeah,
So we are trying not to be too loud, not to distract the players.
I think both players also.
Oh
being
yeah,
fairly
we get
quiet.
ASMR.
Yeah.
So you've got Posh Tom and the Polish David trying to speak English.
yeah.
So whatever you fancy, you get everything.
Martin's happy with the volume. Go for it. Painting says greetings from Hungary. Oh, that's fantastic. Good to have a Magyar in 40k ASMR. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. That's what we're going for. I've got a slightly husky voice from 2 days of talking very excitedly about 40k. So I need to nurse that through the next few days. And yeah, the hall is bizarre seeing it this empty, but it's going to be very full.
Yeah,
very
so
busy
I assume in
very
a
soon.
couple of hours it's gonna be pretty much
Oh, yeah.
full with teams preparing because the final is next. War Games Live is gonna be streaming the final.
Mhm.
We're streaming the semi-finals with alongside War Games Live.
Yeah.
And then right after that, we're gonna be preparing for WTC along with all the other teams. So it'll be loud. It won't be an issue. Then we'll be able to speak normally, like now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just trying not to be annoying on the side because both players are top players.
Yeah.
They went
Well,
undefeated.
it is one of the funny things about
Alright.
top cuts in 40k at the moment is, you have the hall so full of people. You've got hundreds of
Mhm.
people for the event, and then you get down to like the
Shadow
rounds that
rounds,
decide it, and they're on their own in a hall. And
Because
it just
everyone's
feels, I've
gone
only I've played a couple of I've played like the semi-final at Leicester like a couple of years ago, and it just feels weird. You're watching people like pack everything up, and you're like, it kind of feels like it's over, but like this is like the final round, right? This
So
should-
that's what happens at the UKTC events, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I never made it. I mean, I did make it to the undefeated, but I never made it to top cuts.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
but Money plenty of times did. So when you
Oh,
crash
yeah.
with Money, it's like, well, I'm gonna play my 5 games and then sit there for another 2, waiting
Yeah.
for him to finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bizarre when it's empty. When it's different when players talk, but when players know what they're doing, you just go, "I'm here, yes, I'm
Yeah.
here, yes." So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you've got 2 assholes on the side talking, you don't want to be too loud. And it is calm before the storm, very much.
Yeah.
I can see the refs walking around; they're chilling now. But once
Oh, it's
once
gonna
players
get-
hit, it's
get
gonna
wild.
be hectic.
Yeah.
So now it's very easy to
Alright.
find anyone, talk to them, calm, smiling,
Yep.
give it 3 hours. They're gonna be no, I'm busy.
Going to be complete chaos. Yeah, I was going to say. It's very easy to chat to Jay right now, but he's going to be in action with all of the ref calls and judging later on.
Let's see if I can get a better angle on what's going
Juicy
on.
says it's almost hard playing games when there's not just the white noise of the crowd there. Yeah, completely right. It's a very different, it's like a surreal environment. Playing on stream is weird enough as it is, without it being quiet.
Yeah, we're
as well.
trying to be as uninterrupted as possible, but
Yeah.
you can tell, oh, the microphone isn't working here, you need to do that, need to help with that. It's just,
Yeah.
trying to avoid that.
And Martin says there's some fresh air. Yeah,
There is, yeah.
It's not yet reached baking
Yeah.
levels of heat in here.
Luckily, we've got a big fan, so
The
even
fan-
with
the fan
people
is
here,
so
we're
good.
fine. Yeah. It's not hot in here. It's perfect. It's just there's no breeze, and you want that breeze.
So for the hypocrite, they've drawn marked for death and recover assets.
Marked for death
These-
never good. I think that early on
I
because
don't think either of these are very good for them right now.
because it's obviously he's not gonna pick the small units up front for marked for death. You're gonna go, oh,
Yeah.
you have to kill these Sunguard and these Marines in the back, which will never reach. I mean, you probably technically could reach with getting your locusts around, but then they're dying. So
Mhm.
that's not the idea. Is you need to send some stuff forward to get hit, and as you can see, everything's getting move blocked as much as possible. So the idea is you want to be hit. What you want to lose, what you're willing to sacrifice, and then shoot back at that stuff and try to retreat as they go.
Mhm.
This here.
But on Hammer and Anvil, it's very difficult.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Especially when you go second,
Cool.
you don't get to
Okay.
stage and dictate the board,
If I
because
move
but then
this
just
guy,
pushed up and
he
they go,
will
this is
move
my board now, I'm moving
from
past that.
direction.
Yeah.
So you just lose,
When
you
if
just
I
lose
move these
ground.
guys to this direction,
Luckily, it's 6
it will be in
objectives.
front of them.
Mhm.
Will be behind.
Yeah, so I think trying to get some death marks down in the middle there, and trying to put them in places that mean there's not easy places for the Sangard to like jump and fly into and then charge other things behind. We're just having to work that out and measure that out at the moment. Obviously, the challenge with screening BA out is that this detachment also has a 6-inch pylon and a consolidate strat, so
Yeah.
it's really the space on the board you have to try and cover and then
Alright.
stand behind to avoid a big brick going through your screen and then going into you anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, but what's gonna
Really
happen
difficult.
is exactly it's you cannot stop the jump pack units too much if you don't want to sacrifice units, but you can stop them landing in spots. So you go,
Yeah.
okay, the Sunguard can go 12, and I assume this is about 12.
Yeah,
So they will make you stop here, which
Yeah.
make this charge then really hard.
yeah, exactly.
It's these kind of things that you have to
It's
utilize.
very, very important. Yeah. And the Sangard are having to choose between being in the open or just staying put for the time being.
I
And I
assume
think
it's
for
a
Hypocrite, I assume the way they get through this is if they can trim out the outer layers of like cheap rubbish units to the point that they can then get some drops on these elite Blood Angels units. If they can't do that, they're going to be in a real problem. And yeah, you can just see the Lone Destroyer down on the far side is doing the exact same thing, just
Mhm.
standing where Sangard would like to drop and then charge, where the Sangard would like to move to next. There are little idiots doing
Yeah.
what little idiots do, taking up space.
Yeah, the Locust is trying to get some pop shots on the Marines.
Yeah,
Again, I've muted the Necron player because his mic, I think the cable is just loose in his pocket. I just
Yeah.
don't want to bother him.
Yeah.
Because I've already done it once.
Mhm.
Tech, you love tech.
You can actually hear him through the other guy's mic pretty well. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So 1 miss, 1 6.
Mhm.
3 more. 1 more. 2. Last forces.
Today.
2 dead. 2d6.
Mhm.
6 and 7 equals blast.
Mhm.
And 3.
Just got a little bit of incidental shooting going off now.
1.
Mhm.
So 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can my death mark shoot something useful? So I will have 1. Yeah.
Yes.
One will reach a sanguinary goal,
Mhm.
and I think the 3 other one I can't shoot anything. Checking, but I don't think I can. Hop. So 1 on him.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
On whom? Who shot who?
1 here and 1 here.
What was for whom was
One
it?
here. 1 here.
Dead.
And
I believe he spent the CP on something, and even if that's the case, I'm not allowed to really
so
go and interfere. They will know if
and so
because they started the game already when the stream started, and they've been doing stuff. So yes, he did. Oh yes, I know what he did. He did CP reroll something. He did CP reroll a save, trying to save his unit.
Sergeant.
So you're not in charge, you just say us. You can reroll it.
What?
You are. Oh no, it's not yours. Sorry.
And one more. One wound, no AP.
Okay. Two save.
One.
I discard my for this.
Yep.
I have to let him in. Yes.
Sorry?
I let him here.
Yeah, you leave it. You leave it.
I leave it if I want to discard it?
Yeah, next round.
Because when you do next turn, it's up to you.
No.
Okay.
But he's doing an action, so we have to go previous to
Yeah.
score it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I don't score any primary. Overwhelming force. Establish locus.
Okay.
Good
And
stuff.
then one CPU on 4.
Yep.
Oh yes. So what the player was saying, I believe,
Okay.
is
One battle shock, the lone guy there.
there you go.
Like a child.
What they were saying is,
Right.
I'm doing the action on the primary effectively, I think, or on the secondary.
These guys
How
will
do
be
I
off.
go back to explaining how the things works?
Movement.
Yes, so the dice are actually not hard to see. The problem is right above our table. It's Act of God, I believe. I'll try to
Yeah.
maybe move the whole table, but it's hard to move the setup. There is a massive spotlight, and you can see. Where is my mouse? There. You can you see that shadow? It's like that. There is a spotlight above the setup, which is super strong. If you look at it, you get blinded, and it reflects in the dice. Normally the dice are easy to see, but it's just Act of God that decided, well, we'll throw another curveball at you. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth us looking at swapping the blue out for a different colour.
Yeah, so we've got the streamlights around the setup, and I tried to switch them off. I tried to do the soft light, and it doesn't help anything. It's that spotlight is very, very, very bright.
Yeah, but it's the blue one specifically, so maybe we can change those for a different colour of dice.
I'll see if I've got one.
Yeah, I think that would do, because the orange are okay. You can see
Yeah,
them
because
fine.
orange are black, right? So
Yeah.
maybe I'll just split the.
To see if there's a... That might be the way to do it.
Just give both players
Yeah,
orange
yeah,
dice.
yeah.
Might be the case.
Be good for the viewers to be able to see it. So we'll work that out for the England games later on today, guys. It'll be alright. We'll sort that out for you. Thank you, Venturi, by the way. Lovely to have you here. I hope you're enjoying Spain. I can imagine that's even hotter than here.
But Spanish climate is very nice and dry, and it's like it can be hot there and you
Yeah.
enjoy it. In here, it's not enjoyable hot. It's just.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, look. Here we go. So it's Blood Angels turn 2 now. They've got Overwhelming Force as a card, which is lovely. They've got Established Locus as a card, which again, very lovely. And that means that it's party time. We've got some Sangard going in. Looks like the Death Company Dread's getting involved, potentially as well.
Well, it has to, right? It's either hide on stage or come out and kill something
Yeah.
because you will get shot. You're the
Yeah.
perfect target for these heavy destroyers and stuff.
Venturi says it's a bit hot, but it's okay.
It's enjoyable.
There's a giant beam above it. I tried looking at the light yesterday, Venturi, and it blinded me pretty much. So I'm not going to look at it again. But there's a big beam. So we just need to. I think if we just use the black symbols later on, we'll be fine.
So Locus, he's probably really keen on getting Locus in your opponent's Hammer and Anvil deployment, but it's it's sacrificing a unit because that unit is getting killed back.
Yeah.
Middle is safe. You can always do the middle, especially the way he's positioned. But Overwhelming Force. Where is the closest Overwhelming Force? Oh, it's the death marks in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get that. But I don't know if they have another target they can kill on the objective. That's probably what he's thinking about now. Because you want to get max on your secondaries as much as you can.
Yeah, well, the Necrons had a dud turn 1, so they're in a decent position there. But the thing with Hypocrite is it scores secondaries extremely well.
Yes.
So he will want to try and keep up with them. The Blood Angels are a very primary dominant army.
Yeah, you just stage and you go, that's my
yeah,
part of
you
the
go,
board.
I'm going to smash you off the middle.
But then that's getting diminished a little bit by the fact that there's 6 objectives.
A little bit. It
And-
definitely stretches them.
Mm.
And he's only got 3
these guys
murder
don't
bricks.
fit here
They can't
for
be
epic
everywhere.
English.
Yes.
I see.
They are not deep straight. So except if I pay the 3-inch stretch.
But not in my turn. Yeah. Okay.
And Cheery says, I
Ah.
hope the BA wins. My
So
teammate
shooting?
Borja couldn't make it to the top cut despite his 5-1. Tough tournament this one. I'll try to go next year.
Uh,
Oh, he
one
played
pistol
BA
here.
Gladius. That's
the
awesome.
rocks.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I think, I mean, Warmasters by all accounts, amazing event. Loads of really good caliber players and a really nice atmosphere.
How
So
many CPs?
come along,
4.
come play.
1 grenade.
Maybe
here,
we'll
yeah.
stream you next year.
How many wounds?
Yeah,
Toughness?
Liam lost round 6 yesterday.
Yeah,
I was surprised. But I suppose he played Eldar and he had run into Necrons, and
this is
Necrons
the
are...
thing. It's a matchup thing, right? I mean, we'll see how this one plays out, but
No, wait.
Hypercrypt are in a similar problem that the Eldar were having
Okay, I know
yesterday,
that.
which is that sometimes there's just armies out there that just do
Ah.
things you don't like.
Grenade
Exactly.
on them.
Sounds like it was a great game, but yeah, Necrons in general always have Eldar's number.
AP1's strength 5, so 5. AP1's 3 dead.
Orestes says, gotta take the Greek win here for our player. Absolutely, Orestes. Good to have you here.
Excellent.
He says, good day to Robbo. Yeah, Robbo will be watching somewhere.
Yeah, Robbo was...
Sitting at home with some consolation fast food, I think.
Between French pistols from them.
Yeah, Robbo was chilling here in the chat yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
Yeah.
he's watching. I would be watching. That's what I was always craving for. WTC was always that
No,
mystery that you
It's a
had
big monster, right?
either one
Vehicle.
stream here and there. Then
So
Joe
one
came
there?
in last year,
Mm.
but only do one table.
One
Now
there?
we've got 8 streams. Obviously, there's only 2
It's-
tables now, so
It's
just 2
amazing.
streams.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But during
Yes.
WTC, there's 8 streamers. They're all great guys. I've spoken to all
Two
of
there,
them,
Mm.
so it's gonna be a great fun.
1 hit,
And this
Yeah.
is like a good warm up. It's like
184.
breakfast.
1 dead.
So, we've got some shots going into the screen here, trying to clear them.
Yes. So, yeah, grenade there. Dead.
You can see Shoeless J
Actually, fucked
coming
that.
around.
But
Nice.
that's okay.
The
Should have
destroyer
put
down the
there,
side has just
grenade.
eaten it
No,
to
another
a
row.
grenade.
So,
Mhm.
So those outer screening layers are gone. We've got one little
Charges.
death mark still hanging about.
Best time for me.
And if I would guess the Sangard might have an eye on
these
getting
guys,
beyond the
or
screen
this
now.
guy,
Yeah, going for the Triarch Stalker there.
not a death.
Trying to cause some havoc.
10.
10 will definitely get them there. They've made it.
So, this guy is basing here.
Oh yeah, because there's no base, so it's like an
Yeah.
awkward way. There's a
This guy is
projection
basing
down.
Here.
Yeah.
The rules used to change. It used to be projection, then it used to be
Yeah,
leg to leg
yeah.
imaginary
Yeah.
line base, right?
It's a great unit for screening with because it's got
Yeah.
such a massive footprint, but it's
Mm.
also
No
a
more
bit awkward.
bases, right?
And again, I know that this model is here
No back of the
Mainly
bases
to
from the-
protect
to this side of the-
mainly to protect the units behind from getting charged. But I believe if bad angels now pile in, they'll
Okay.
be able to tag them. And
That's
if they
it.
tag, they
There's going to
cannot
be
jump away.
there's going to
right?
be a lot
That's
of a lot
huge.
of tagging over on this side.
So I think it's going to be better to look at it at the top down.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
All right.
the Skorpek are obviously on hand on that top side, but there's going to be some tagging, and it's
Cool.
going to be
Roll again.
on the Hypercrypt to try and muscle their way out, and then you've got Lamatis coming in next round.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it'll be just waves
there's a
coming in.
real
killing
holding,
stuff.
again, a holding pattern here that we're seeing,
One wound.
where it might be tricky.
And
Might be
also
tricky for the
remember, Blood
Necrons.
Angels are going
Right, so the rest
first,
of the
right? So they know I
guys
need to
just
push you back, push you back,
Gotta
push
do-
you back
gotta do
until
it,
you
yeah.
go out and
That.
score.
I will
Establish
be
that board
outside of
control, start
section
getting
here.
those points on
Mm.
burden. I do find burden of trust actually because of the guard thing. You know, if you get a good position on the board, you push them in, you start getting those guard points on top. It can reward setting the tempo very aggressively. So the Blood Angels might quite like that.
Yeah, I am.
I'll try to get you as
But I have
angle
to be
there.
outside
What's
of one
happening?
of
There you go.
these. So I'm moving my
So you can see lots of nice little combat play here,
over here.
blocking off himself in a few places, and then he can get his movement elsewhere, move the unit around.
Mhm.
He's just going to be trying
Yeah,
to make
because
this a big
because
connect.
the rules say you have to go base to base.
Anything
As
would
much
you
as
like
you
to
can, you
do?
can block off that, so you can then go swing further around and tag way more things.
Yeah.
So there's going to be
Mhm.
quite the tagging. happening here. Looks like they might tie up 2 units after the charge.
Wait, do you mind I move these guys, not touching the objective, but... Yeah, I forgot about it. There you go.
Just going back to adjust a few things. He's got the bloodlust, like any good Blood Angels player should have. Needs to just adjust a few things. Sanguinary Guard, we've not seen them a lot, but actually deceptively irritating unit for the opponent to deal with because they've got the 2-up save, an Armour of Contempt, minuses to hit. Gives you a much stodgier unit to cause trouble with.
Hmm.
So this one is closest to him, so you will have to find him here.
Who? This guy?
Yeah. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many attack reach?
30.
Yeah, that's the Blood Angel thing. How many attacks? Enough.
Yeah.
Try.
You die now.
You can see
How many attacks? Yes.
so it's like this.
I'll lower our mics though a little bit, and we might try to talk a bit louder because the players seem to be now, talking involved. They're on the other side of the table. I doubt they can hear us even if our full volume because we are very
AP2 damage one,
non-loud
right?
people.
We're keeping quiet.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not moving. This one is 4 attack, strength 8, AP3 damage 2 dev wound, and the other one is 3 attack, 6 AP2 damage 1. Okay.
He's just got to work out how much he wants to actually try and tag.
Dreadnought.
Yes, he doesn't want to get hit back too much.
Yeah, if he
he
gets
just
hit.
wants to tag stuff that he doesn't want it to move.
Because if he loses a good chunk of the brick, suddenly actually tying all those units up doesn't work. So.
Yeah, he wants to tag everything high AP, right? Because the thing that's gonna kill him is the Scorpix destroyers that you can see in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This guy.
But once they charge here, they're getting hit by another brick. So that's the play there. I'm killing a lot, then you're coming back
That's
to kill me, and I'm killing that. But you're still in your deployment.
Yes, it's enough.
Even if War of Attrition is going one way
One in
from... Oh, no, the Scorpix is getting charged as well. Ooh.
Yeah, but so this is an interesting one. So this is Assault Intercessors.
Hmm.
I don't know that they do enough.
They'll probably kill 1 or 2.
Yeah, and which in Necrons is not really.
Hmm.
Be interesting to see. Maybe they are Blood Angels ones. So if they do a big dent here,
But
that's the countercharge unit
Uh,
ruined.
But then again, I don't think they're surviving the swing back.
That's the thing. If
Because
they,
if
if
they
they do,
did-
that unit's
Yeah.
stuck, and that's huge.
Yeah, that's the
They
thing.
don't
So,
have a feel no pain, and they cannot get a
activating.
feel no pain every week.
Yeah. So we've got Whomaker in the chat who says, "Oh, so Wino Maker, very nice.
Oh, you're from
Uh,
War Games Live.
this
Nice.
guy.
come from
They
How is
actually
that thing
first
going
impact
there?
more.
Got both matches up on either monitor. This is great. Yeah, how's the other final semi-final playing out? Let us know.
These guys. 0 CP, lands lethal. Okay? Right. So this
So
guy
we've got
moving
a
here.
free lance
Basing,
lethal strat
engaging
going
these
off
guys.
as the Sand Guards start doing their thing.
Okay, yes, you made.
This guy's based, right?
Yeah, it was.
This guy's based, this guy's
Just
based.
the shit that
This
they
guy is
use.
not based. Who is the closer? This guy is the closest. So he will move here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and the captain will fight this guy. 2 guys will fight these guys. 5 guys will fight these guys.
So many Blood Angels.
Yeah,
Let's see.
They're gonna get their pound of flesh here.
Starting with these guys. 3s, lethals,
What's up,
2.
Magic?
I imagine.
toughness 7.
Hey.
3.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, that's why I call him Magic, because you can read his name if you're not Polish.
Uh-huh.
That's
4, I guess.
and there is something else.
Yes, the captain.
It's 2 damage.
All right, and the captain.
Might have had a bit of a bounce on the track.
Yeah.
Stalker here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have more.
You
Yeah.
can do it.
2s,
I don't remember what he
You
oafed,
can do it if I'm not. Yeah.
Not this guy.
clearly.
and 4 more.
So it's
6 more. So 8.
So it's on, 4.
All right. 2 there.
No, we haven't.
Toughness?
I didn't have a chance. We were just streaming the games on stream and basically we were jumping from game to game. But I've heard he
This?
had good games in the. Didn't he
Almost
beat Liam?
Like I'm
Yeah,
hitting
he
on
beat
force.
Liam. And he's
No, no.
And
it wasn't.
twos.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
The high
That was
5
it,
AP2s.
and he's one of the highest ranked players in the
They die.
event. But Blood
And
Angels versus
then
Hypocrite
30.
is a tough game for him. I think this is a difficult one. It's looking quite precarious at this moment in time.
So heavy destroyers are gone.
Going to be very big.
Wait.
Going to have to require a real effort to swing it back.
These 3 times. 3s,
And you have -1, 2 in them, but you have +1,
so
so 3.
3s. From the first turn you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, second turn. 8. 10, 11. Third one. 12. 14, 15, 15.
Casual 15 2 damage saves.
4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have nothing else?
No.
Level something. I still have 1 life, so no, I will do nothing.
So the Lich Guard take a big dent there, but
All but one, right?
not dead.
Yeah.
And for Necrons, that's always clutch.
And the thing is, now the Blood Angels cannot, consolidate.
Yeah,
Tag
it's going to be
frames.
interesting. I don't think the tag's not going to be on for the
You
monolith.
keep
is
this
it?
one.
If the monolith gets
Consolidate.
tagged, that's always a big
I
problem.
have still my orb at the end of the phase.
You can what, sorry?
I can orb at the end of the phase before cohesion, so I can orb at the end of the phase. So I will be in
He's
cohesion.
got the resurrection
Alright.
orb, so he'll be bringing some guys back, basically.
But what I'm thinking is that's why Georgios was surprised because he can then go, all the directions and tag all the
Yeah, yeah.
things. So he thought he's gonna keep the unit in combat.
Yeah. And it was almost
Yeah.
perfect, right?
Mm.
Almost took out the Triarch,
here.
Stalker, and some Destroyers, and the Lich Guard blob all in
You're up?
one go. Has just fallen just short on the Triarch and the Lich
No.
Guard.
Yeah, I think that. So then, I haven't played that matchup, but it looks like
And I will just
Blood Angels in a great spot because they. It was a fight phase. Didn't change that. For Blood Angels, they went first. They moved up the board and
I
staged.
am less than 4.
They
so I
moved.
can
They screened
hit
everything
Nope,
here.
you have to go there.
Then they moved up here, staged here, and this is turn 2.
They're
They're already
I don't
hitting
think
less than
Yeah.
three.
Necrons.
Yes, with him.
And the way you
Listen,
do
yeah,
it,
but
even
he
if
has
you
to
were
go
to lose
here.
all your fighting units
He's less
at
than
turn
4,
4,
he's
turn
at
5, they've been
Sure,
stuck in the
but this
deployment
guy
zone
has to
for
go here.
majority of the game.
Yeah.
And in the
Alright.
meantime, all the units in the back are doing the defense. So
Okay.
this objective is guarded by Sanguinary Guard.
Yeah.
This objective is guarded, but why? Oh no, it has to be outside. I think.
He can get the guard on his home objective, but he doesn't get main primary for it.
Also, he gets 2, but not 4.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then there's a unit here guarding as well.
Mhm.
So what the Paladins are trying to do is create a wall here and tag stuff.
Yeah,
So these
just
3
stop them
objectives
getting
give him
out.
extra 6 points.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be very hard to do it on this because this is still a fighting
So
distance.
finally,
But
Yeah.
one on him.
from the looks of it, he's pushing down the flank to create that, to get 8 a turn rather than 6.
I think the thing with it, as scary as
one's
it looks,
gone.
is that if the Necrons are able to keep their damage dealers intact,
Rolling 1,
clear out the bricks and push out later.
and on 3.
Hypercrit is good at
Maybe.
secret missions. Burden of Trust gives you a lot of primary in the middle. So there is a big swing back for Hypercrit, but they have to be alive and kicking to do it.
Yeah.
And if they fail to clear a Sangard brick that's right in front of them next turn, which is entirely possible, then they're in real danger,
Yeah, yeah.
like real danger.
Yeah.
So because you've got another wave coming in, and it's going to require an exorbitant amount of damage from the Hypercrit to actually clear these
Yeah.
waves out in time.
And even if Blood Angels don't tag everything, they don't want to jump
Yeah.
away. There's nowhere to land, so they
Yeah.
can jump up and
Yeah.
back down. Like
Exactly.
the monolith, there's
Um,
nowhere for the monolith to
if you
go.
do-
Yeah. Well, the monolith is going to be busy by the look of it.
Yeah, and you don't want to tag the monolith
Just-
because it's gonna hit you really hard with thunder hammers.
Yeah. So Scorpex
Up
at the top. There you go. So that kind of went as we expected up at the top. The Scorpex absorbed the assault intercessors and then just killed them back. So you've still got the big score pack brick very much alive and kicking. I think that helps the Necrons a lot.
Command phase, you can guard, and you say before that I'm second player. I can guard at the end of your Easter, or at least.
When a maker asks what's up with secret missions, you have to be losing to go for them. Yet if you're down on primary, you can choose to do a secret mission at the end of the game, and if you succeed, you get an additional 20 primary. Yes. So Hypercrypt, because of the ability to jump things up and down, Hypercrypt are basically good at all of them.
Yes.
So if enough of the army's intact, he can take one of those, get a huge swing on primary on Burden of Trust at the end because he's gone second, and also get a secret mission. So
yeah, and you can get your
although the
warlord.
situation looks bad, don't be fooled. Hypercrypt are not out whilst their damage dealers are alive. If the Scorpec go, if the Lich Guard go next turn, if the Monolith goes, then things start looking very bad. So we'll just have to see how much they're able to do. I'm actually very curious.
And also, that's another reason I think he was surprised that the squad was taken.
Yes.
Because this dying on this is overwhelming force.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And he could only do one, but now that's going to be the second one, I believe.
Discarding.
Like a rope, don't play. That's interesting. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of these tricksy armies that like to go second, like Hypercrypt, are much better at growing into the game late.
Because he'll survive.
Demons and Grey Knights also quite like it.
Yes.
Yeah, and as Magic says, that you've got to be losing or tied to be able to take it.
Yeah.
And this is you'll see this in the teams event. It's going to be really interesting to see. Right, there's a genuine case with some armies in some situations for just going a little bit down on primary early, because you know you can make it up later in one go.
They're still doing their fight.
Tell me his profile.
4 attack.
So you got the Lich Guard just swinging back.
4 attacks. 4 attacks, AP 3, damage 2.
The Necron characters are not very impressive in combat, unfortunately. I think they should be. You've got the guy with a salve, 4 attacks. Well,
Yeah,
they need to
minus
have
1.
7.
And 3s. And 2s. So you have 1 dead.
Yeah, Necron characters are always a bit rubbish, aren't they? But the thing is, you can't give a
They're
model
just buffers, really.
healing and regeneration and all of that. And
Listen,
also
I
be
play
deadly
Necrons and I
low.
think you can.
You think you can? You're a little bit biased.
A little bit. Eldar had their time in Spotlight.
Yeah.
Necrons did as well, to be honest. I can't complain too much.
Yeah. Necrons have had a good year, man. One of the more dynamic and interesting books that's come out so far, I think.
Based on the
Alright.
character buffs rather than
Now what I
their own
Okay.
killiness.
Absolutely.
But I
So-
don't mind that.
At my end of my phase, I will do Burn and Trust for them.
Yes.
And that's it.
So you have he's on point? No, he's not on point. I don't want to chip him. He's okay here.
They cannot leave. They cannot leave because I do the action. The rest can leave.
Yeah, got a huge roll on the Resurrection Orb there. Brings back a bunch of stuff. And this is what I mean, although it looks scary, don't count Hypercrypt out just yet. They've got a lot of the things that make them dangerous still in play. And anyone who's played against Necrons knows if you don't finish the unit, you might as well not have tried.
So he wants to be him.
Yes, I was thinking
It'll be
would
all
use to pick
about
up.
whether the Necrons can deal with this first wave that's come in and also set themselves up to not get immediately sucker punched by the Death Company coming in.
Yeah, the good Resorb is so satisfying.
No.
Okay.
It's awesome, right? It's quite unique. The way the units gradually grow back, but God, whenever you fall short on a Necron unit, you're like, oh, so close. It's a
Right.
disaster.
So now outside is the destroyers and 5 death marks. That's it. All right. Go. Yeah.
Let's see what they draw.
Begin done and behind in line. I mean, no, he's only getting 2. Yes.
2, yeah. But you're bringing down target.
So
Yeah, he's got
I
bring
will
it down.
auto battle shock test.
Watch out, Death Company Dread.
Okay.
So I 1 CP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I can't keep that mic on. I did try.
Fine.
We're not risking it
The
anymore.
mic is evidently having nurgling problems, and we'll come back to it later.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you
And
don't
VLPL
think it
says,
was
yeah,
bad?
no, that's it. That's it. You gotta see this in the long game.
As I'm saying, I
No.
think
There's real trouble.
Because
There's
they have to
two
do
big
both
bricks are going to
within
come in
engagement
next turn,
range of the first one.
but the Necrons are not done yet because they've got a lot of their
Yeah, yeah.
their real
Okay.
threat assets alive, and with the overall pattern of scoring in the game. They can grow into the game late, but the killer thing is just not to get put
Mhm.
away by the Blood Angels in the next turn or two.
So the thing is, I'm a canoptic court player, so it's a bit different. I'm much
Yeah.
more resilient, right? So I don't.
Canoptic Court does not like Blood Angels.
No. Too much precision, too much speed.
Yeah. Hypocrite has a little bit more game into Marines.
Yeah, there is a scrap code, and I know how to fix it. I'm just not gonna bother the players because we can hear both of them pretty fine through one of the mics. So just stick it there. It's gonna be a tense game. And
Yeah, I think
if
they both, it's a semi-final. They both need to have their game face on, so we don't want to distract them too much.
Yeah, when I designed the setup, I was mainly kind of concerned because I've played on the stream plenty, and I'm used to it. When you're used to it, it's second nature. But even when you're not, I try to make it as non-intrusive as possible.
Yeah.
So the only thing that is in their way, you can probably see, is the dice cam. Everything else is just play your game.
Absolutely. Yeah, anyone who knows 6++ will know that I don't tend to do well on stream. I think I've won once.
Just on
I've been
stream?
on it like 5 times. Oh, shut up, David. I don't know. I don't tend to do great on stream. I think my decision making is always a little bit off. Get a bit distracted by the occasion.
Yeah, what I do is I always get a plan going, and then something changes, and I want
And
to
don't
adjust
you
one small
score
thing,
four,
and I
right?
completely forget my plan, mess up, and then go, oh, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
And that's how I lose games.
Yeah.
Or they're just being bad.
Golf volume commentary. I don't watch golf, so I don't know what that means. But let us know if there's anything you'd like adjusted with the
No,
sound.
the golf volume
we
is
can adjust.
it's more like a pool volume, right? When
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just quiet and trying to not be too intrusive. Some
Yeah,
ASMR.
exactly.
No,
That's the
it's-
thing. It's worth.
No, I
Yeah,
have
for,
always
for
watched
context,
it.
guys, we are right next to the game, right? So if I'm shouting really,
Yes.
really loudly about the match in their faces,
So I will show you
that's
why.
going to have a
Which I will.
distorting effect.
It's because you
2d6.
can see top left. That's the hole, and we are the only table next to the gaming table. And it's actually really difficult on your esophagus trying to. Is it esophagus?
1, 2, 3,
Diaphagus?
4,
Yeah, I
5,
don't speak
maybe one
English.
signal come.
But it's hard to talk quietly when you're actually trying to speak normally.
So we've got some counter shooting coming through now.
I removed it before the. Yeah.
There we go. The train's gone. You can see it from this side.
It's party time for the Scorpex now.
13.
I think there's going to be a charge
Remove.
now.
And this is what I was
8 so
talking about,
far.
guys. You'll see it's very important for the Hypocrite now to push out
Oh no, it's still moving.
in dealing with the problems they've got in front of them.
They're
They need to push
behind.
stuff out far enough up the board and think about how are we going to
Yeah.
stop this Death Company squad
But
just
that's-
jumping down somewhere and
that's-
joining in next turn.
That Scorpic blob is currently the
Placing
biggest
this
combat threat I think on
Oh,
the
it's,
table.
yeah, it's arguably as dangerous as any of the Blood Angels combat units.
So I wonder if
It
they're gonna
absolutely
try
slaps.
to. What they're gonna try to kill the dreadnought and get the objective in the middle, or
I think that's it looks like the plan at the moment. I think they're just covering themselves right. They can charge on the captain depending on how the Sangard.
Whenever you want, because it's not an
charge
action,
on the Death Company dread.
you can guard.
I can see some biased
So,
commentary
At the end of my turn, you will take the guard
in
point.
the chat.
And I'll turn on your turn, I will take the guard point that I'm doing.
Skill issue, damn it.
Yeah.
Says Magic.
It is definitely a skill
Captain
issue.
Gaben says Tom is amazing on stream. Thank you, Paul. Love you, Paul. He's totally not biased at all. Paul of 6++, no bias there.
Yeah, the
You know,
6++ in the
deep
brackets gives it away a little bit.
I will use it, but
All right.
Oh, I love him. Don't love playing against his Dark Angels or his Space Wolves, but I do love him.
I did try to tag you guys yesterday saying I'm gonna be streaming with Tom from 6++, and I
Mhm.
did at 6++, didn't work. 6++ didn't work. Usually it automatically shows it, and it was so late. I kept doing it and then fell asleep. So we're gonna rectify it today for WTC.
One thing we have discovered is that the name, whilst we like it, is not easy to find or search for people
Yeah.
sometimes. I think Glasshammer's a bit more straightforward, you know?
It is straightforward. Yeah. Because usually when you type 666, sometimes D6 Evolution will show up rather than 6++.
Oh yeah, D6. I love that
That's
channel.
right.
Big fan of that channel. Right, so we've got some destroyers coming in on the sides here.
so we stay in reserve.
Or they're thinking about it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing with the, as I say, we saw those really impressive screens at the start of the game. And when you've got your whole army, stopping something like Hypocrite is easy, but actually you start losing those little assets as you have to play the game. I've got to go and score this, I've got to put my van vets here, I've got to get some cards, whatever else. And once those are whittled away, suddenly the space opens up and stuff can start dropping in behind, and it gets much, much harder. For an army like Blood Angels especially that really likes to go forwards, it does not want to go back. And once stuff starts dropping into spaces, as we're going to start seeing here,
Yeah, the free deep
that gets
strikes
more
getting
and
on
more annoying.
objectives.
And he's putting it, you can see he's literally going to drop them
Screen 9.
in one of the like ideal places for that Death Company
Probably.
brick to drop.
Here is not screen 9.
Yeah, but I don't think I can.
So he knows exactly what Limatis and gang want to do. Oh no, maybe he's putting it somewhere else, maybe he's changed his mind. Going for a corner
4 is
instead.
fine, but not 5. So I will
Yeah.
give it
There's always a corner somewhere.
Here is. Here, yes.
Yeah,
you
they
have
cannot
the
fit 5 in
thing
there.
already.
I guess he's just measuring
Yeah,
different
here's
options, isn't he?
Mhm.
Do we know what his secondaries were?
Yes, I believe it was behind enemy lines and something else. It didn't put it on the screen. I'll have a look and I'll do it
Yeah, have a
for
look.
them.
But behind enemy lines, obviously a Hypocrite favourite.
Okay.
So I will keep my CP then.
Mm-hmm.
If you're tuning in at home, I hope you're looking forward to the pod games.
Yep.
Obviously, we'll be back later on, 5:30, to cover England versus China. Then we've
I
got
didn't
England
remove
games
it.
all day, every day for the next few days. It's going to
I
be really,
didn't
really
remove
fun.
it.
I removed it.
No, because you took 2 and you
Violent
auto-passed the
Lips
leadership.
asks, are we expecting a rapid ingress? Of course we flipping are. If you're not using rapid ingress, you're not my friend. Spent a whole game yesterday waiting for a rapid ingress that never came. I was devastated. Crushed even. One of the most powerful tools in the game.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do something?
Yes. Clock on me.
Here we go.
There you go. So it is bring it down. That's why he's going out towards the
Yeah.
Dreadnought, I think. And behind the enemy lines, like you've seen, he added it as soon as
But he's got a problem now
So we get-
because the Death Company have arrived
rapid ingress.
from rapid ingress.
That's
Yeah.
the rapid ingress we were waiting for.
Yes.
So yeah, it is. Oh, you're gonna kill my Dreadnought, then you die.
Well, yeah, exactly. But there's also a potential heroic intervention option there. I don't know if he's got enough CP. He might do. Don't know that the Limatis Spirit would want to tangle with Scorpex. But yeah, the countercharge,
Here.
the next wave has arrived.
Back
So
to
you
you.
can see again, you've got 2 big murder bricks for the Blood Angels Raids passes.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
go.
that's true, because if Scorpex charge with the massive footprint,
Yeah, that's the
Go.
thing. They'll be right in front of them, so I'm not sure.
No, not the 3s.
Not the 3s.
And 5s.
Only 1.
AP. Saved.
Okay. And monoliths.
Yep.
Big shots.
Yeah, no.
So to say, guys, I was expecting
Allot,
potentially for
I guess.
More.
some death marks or whatever to get dropped down in that space to prevent that. That looked to me to be the obvious way that the Blood Angels were going to get the Limatis unit in the game. In the end, they've gone for the corner instead, saving the CP.
How many win?
But that has
8.
allowed the Death Company to land in a much more,
No, I have no base.
much more threatening space.
10.
And it definitely does look now like there's going to be a big connect
Yeah.
turn from the Blood Angels next turn.
10.
He blows. Isn't it?
oh, he did. So you got
Oh,
shot.
he got shot in the end.
I've got my
All that drama over a
Yeah.
Death Company
Yes.
Scorpex showdown and he's dead.
Where is your?
Just a happy little guy. Now he's a happy little
Here.
crater. It's a real shame.
I will see how many
You hate to see it. Couldn't have happened to a nicer dreadnought. You just wanted cuddles.
3 hits.
You have 4 wounds, yes?
Toughness 4.
No, 4 wounds.
4 wounds, yes.
Only
One.
1, so not a.
Joe R says, first time I played against BA, the DC Dread charged me, used the 6-6 console, it
I
just
have
bounced
one.
around nearly every unit
Yeah,
in my
they
army.
do tend to pinball around.
Yeah.
I mean, they toned it down now, but they did tend to
It
just go
was Siegler,
everywhere.
wasn't it, who had a whole, like most of an AdMech army taken out in an Art of War stream game.
I think we had that on the Glasshammer stream at the GT when Drukari just went on the objective and tried not to die.
All right.
Shot
he's
the
not
general.
good at
That
that.
was, I'm gonna pile in now. I didn't know that worked that way. I was surprised myself.
Yeah, absolutely. So how's the overall counterpunch going here? So it looks like probably the score pack will swing swing down into the Sangard instead.
Okay.
4.
Mhm.
You have to just touch you. I don't think I can base
So
you.
the monolith's coming in.
No,
Mhm.
just
And we can check
So this is the advantage of
Please do.
because the Sangard are all stretched out.
for 1 CP.
Yes.
The Necrons have a slightly better chance of absorbing.
I have 13.
Oh no, hold on. No. Doesn't look like the Blood Angels don't have enough CP for fight on death.
1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
4.
So
4. So 2 dead.
Necrons are actually a lot freer to just get stuck in.
Yeah. This is gonna come out on top in the War of Attrition because there is even more Blood Angels on the
Yeah.
table now.
That's the concern. The concern is
Yeah.
just whether they can weather another wave when it's
Mhm.
2 bricks instead of 1, and I think it's going to be tough for them. But we'll see.
Because as a Necron player, you've got
I think
your
now Lamartis is literally
Scorpex here.
primed to join in the fight in the
Okay.
middle. I think that's going to be tough.
Yeah. Because then the further the Blood Angels push, the more units in
Mm.
the back are free to move forward on the objectives and do the defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because right now there's the
Mhm.
2 squads in the back are screening and they want to move up and
charges.
start doing the actions.
No more charges.
So we had
Sangard.
I think a nice tank shock off the monolith killed a few Sangard. That is actually one of the better ways of getting through
Yes,
Sangard.
no feel, no pain,
Yeah.
but great save.
Yeah, that's what you want. So this is not Arnaud's first rodeo. It is possible that a French international has played against Blood Angels in the run-up to this
You'd
event.
think. you think they planned to play against Blood
You'd
Angels?
think. I don't think it's designed for it, but I think he has to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Have 1. I need. I need 2. So he will just come here. Not in base contact. Okay. Here.
Okay.
Fighting.
So you start. So you're writing the score pack?
Yes. Toughness.
6.
So 2s, 4s, 6s are dead. And I went first. Okay.
So there are currently 3 players.
You are also.
You've got
Sorry?
Arnaud
They are also.
and
Thank you.
Weiss and
I have to do a marker. You have one.
Sacco. So all 3 are in the finals.
So you have 3 AP3s.
And 6.
So 1 dice.
I will disengage.
And I will engage here.
9.
No, wait. I will not engage at all.
9. No.
Yeah, please.
Monolith is actually fairly decent in combat. Pretty much has Thunderhammers.
My Devon.
Yes.
Do you want to do something?
No, go. AP.
2. And Devon.
I have measure stuff, sorry. Because I need the CPs for stuff. Yes. AOC. Yeah, go.
Out
Minus
of
1 to
contact.
hit.
It's ruining everything. And then trees.
No problem at all, Zata. You are more than welcome.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead. Or maybe on the
Yeah, the
boss. 5.
French done
How many
extremely
saves?
well in Warmasters.
AP.
2. So 1.
So 3s. So 2 die and 5 devon, right? So 2 dead here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 on him.
Okay. So they won't move. Chance.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll make a charge, and I will consolidate here. Back because I'm closest to this.
Mm-hmm.
And
I fight here. On your tank.
So monolith is
Two
consolidating away,
and
hoping to get out of the
toughness
murder
7,
zone.
right? 1 wound.
Him?
Yeah.
It's like 8 split. It's okay.
This Triarch Stalker is that's a bit like our Mutelith Vortex Beast from yesterday. It's just sticking around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I score.
So yeah, I'm just looking at the Triax Stalker when you
For two?
asked why are we seeing it, even
Yeah.
though it's cheaper. So it scouts 8 inches,
So then
so
the
we can
turn
put it
I
on the
score
line
two.
and just get it hidden somewhere. That's great.
Go with
And then what? Select one enemy unit hit
Okay.
by one or more of your attacks, and then they don't get cover. So
Yeah.
removing cover is great with
It's
Armor of
definitely good.
Contempt and everything.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't seen it used before,
Recover
but I
us.
assume someone
They're
playing
starting to pop up in
on
this.
Team Front,
Okay.
they would
And
have a reason,
Engage on
a
all
good
sides.
reason
It's
to.
relatively cheap. Like it's quite an obnoxious, tough vehicle. 12
doesn't
wounds,
need
125
buttons,
points,
so would you not need that?
and force multiplying effect via the removing cover.
Yeah, they've got a melter with 2
Scout 8
shots.
is nice. And again, if you think about screening space and pushing
Yeah.
up early,
And
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
not,
very
it's not lousy in shooting either. It
No,
has
exactly.
decent
no,
weapons.
it's a solid
I
unit.
can check the lid guard.
Flat 3 damage in combat,
Yeah.
only 4 attacks, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's
it's
just
not bad.
No, exactly that. I've been seeing them run actually in the I think it's the Obeisance
Mm.
Phalanx,
So don't need to go there.
the sort of nobles, the nobility detachment where you can have it -1 damage or double its OC
Mm.
and some of the other nonsense in there, which is quite effective.
And again, it's not an exocrine for 125 points, but it's still not bad.
This is oath.
So the
What's left for both armies?
the
The
Sangard,
the
got
Immortal.
annihilated pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the Sanguinor might have come in during
Battle
that
check.
ruckus. Is that the Sanguinor down there?
It looks like it. Let's have a
Yeah.
look.
Fine. Movement.
Oh, he's at the no-code angle.
Yeah.
So
I think it is could be a Sangar, but it looks like it might be a
let's
Sangar.
see if it is. Yeah, it very much looks like a Sangar.
Yeah, I think
sanguinary,
he is. So he's come in during the fight. So you've got a Sanguinor kicking about.
He's
Um,
great at going precision. You
yeah.
dead. He can go somewhere.
If you've got any guesses what the Blood Angels might want to do now, it's
Kill stuff.
more of the same. Come flying in, see if they can put a more decisive sort of headlock on.
Well, potentially, right? I'm just looking for my mouse if you think what I'm doing. There it is. Sanguinor could jump this way and kill Imhotep
Yes,
to remove the extra CPs, right? That would be
Okay.
pretty big.
and getting rid of the Immortals is also good because obviously battle line is one of the things for
Mhm.
doing secret missions with. So if you can take out all the Immortals, you don't have to worry about that.
Cover assets done at the end of your turn. Yeah, you kill me. Become behind, engage. Engage. So maybe I will not bother with the cover assets. Or maybe I will. We'll see.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, but like I said, I've never used it. Never seen anyone use it. So it's
Probably I'll
potentially
get the CPU that I need.
just a tech piece that they like because it's not easy to remove. It's a bit tough. You can just move it somewhere, hide it. Especially keep in mind you're playing WTC tables, right? It's a good screening piece as well. Yes, it might be one of those.
7.
I would love to ask him after the game what he's thinking on the Triax Stalker is, because that's very interesting. Like I've seen a lot of Necron lists and in the UK, and I haven't seen one with the
Okay.
Triax Stalker yet. But quite often you've got a list like Money
Eight,
tends
six.
to do
Down to
a
what?
spammy lists where he gets something that you'll be surprised and it works. It might be the
And,
same thing here. That's a very
shooting
specific
phase.
combo that works.
These guys, everything on that guy.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 is rolling, 4 is rolling, you're right. And 3 is
Strength 8 now?
Strength 8, yes.
So it's 4 max.
Strength.
Nothing.
That means
Oh, Scotland has
4.
it. I'll talk to Ines. I wonder what he thinks about it. Because Ines is also pretty innovative when making his lists. Whenever you want to make a Space Marine list, you either look to
Yeah, go.
Ines.
Definitely see how the ignore cover offers something. Right, it's nice
Mhm.
to have that.
Only 2.
And 120 points is not a huge investment. You already got 3 locust units, which are 50 points that you must take them.
One was on one.
And rather than
No,
filling it up
I
the list with
did the
scarabs and
phenomenon.
stuff, you might want to get the Stalker for remove cover.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think Monolith
This
is going
guy
to
said
-1
8
on the
bolters here.
big whip.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. It definitely is a good comment. Good force multiplier.
because not everyone is a Space Marine or a sister with AAC.
No.
Toughness 5.
Yeah.
Nothing, and then crack, hits, wounds, 1 dice.
We've got what we call
AP.
the go turn happening. Same
I
guy
have no
coming
idea.
in.
I don't
And
remember.
I have cover.
Sanguinor doing as you anticipated and coming in
I
bothering.
know what?
expect a bunch of Necrons to be removed this turn.
Need the
And
This,
I-
this is a decisive moment in the game, right?
And that's what I'm saying, isn't it going to be too many Necrons removed?
if
because
the
if
Necron's
the-
back gets broken here, that's probably going to
Yeah,
be
because if that big unit is dead, then you've got this small unit left
Yeah.
and a Monolith effectively.
Yeah,
'Cause-
so
oh,
there
and
is
Sanguinor is
one-
doing what I thought he's going to be
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
He's going straight for him attack.
There is one more, yeah, so there's one more countercharge unit in the back there with the Scorpex, but it's if things like the Monolith come
Yeah.
AP2.
Well, the Monolith's probably
Actually,
fine
it's
the one
as
free
well.
Scorpec with Scorpec Lord, so it's not a pushover.
Exactly.
He's shooting his
But
pistol
this,
on
is, this is the
the
big swing, guys. This is the
destroyer.
This is the moment.
Oh,
if you watched the
charges.
Thousand Sons Sisters game yesterday, this was
And
the
he's shooting
moment the
his pistol
sisters
here.
never managed to have. They never quite managed to
The
get
push.
They never
Yes.
managed to have that push. Never managed to connect into the Thousand
Strength
Sons.
7. Okay.
And this is, by
Charges.
contrast, been a lot more
Dante
a lot
on
more
your
aggressive from the Blood Angels.
immortals.
Yes.
Or your 7. This is a what?
He's on 1. You only have 1 wound left. That's bad.
Okay. Death companies on this guy and these guys. That's it. What do I need for this guy? I need a 4, so both, all 3, and this guy.
Okay.
I need a 4, that's a 10.
Should be okay.
So 1, here's a 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. 2, this guy here, this guy here, this guy here, this guy here. Boop. 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 Let me check the 6 inches here. This guy here. Okay, he makes it.
You make it.
Okay. And impact wounds.
Got a lot of tying up happening now. No little combat units.
Yes,
coming
one
into action.
mortal. This guy's on the death marks.
Okay, I pressed something on the console and couldn't hear anything, and I was like, what's going on? I just pressed the button that says isolate.
Nurglings. Nurglings, man. They'll get in the tech. They ruin everything.
Yep.
Definitely
Well, it was
never
me
our
that-
fault.
It was me this time. I do look like an
Let's
Nergling,
start.
just really
You have
overgrown.
1 CP, he can do something for free. Starting here.
So we're going to see what happens here. Huge connect 10 from the BA. Not
Oh,
enough
he
CP
here.
to interrupt for the Necrons.
6.
I think that's
How many attacks?
potentially going to be quite fatal.
You have 4.
4.
10, 6, 8, 3 damage to the lower.
Just outside of 4. so he will not be engaged. At least this turn.
Sanguinor doing Sanguinor things and just being a happy little guy in the back.
Yes.
What?
This is one for the one wounded model. Which with the 10. Yeah. So, starting here. I already started here. That's good. So, everybody can fight. Starting with. He has invul.
Invul -1 to
Starting Dante. Twos. No lethals. And threes.
because you are strength.
9
So
or
many?
8 something.
How many?
5.
3 then?
3 dead. $25 the first row, and then 25 more.
It's just Blood Angel swings.
Yeah, yeah.
Hitting on
If
twos.
you wanna
Before I do
roll
that,
tons of
sorry, I
attacks in
forgot.
melee, guys, go
Mhm.
and
one
play
battle
Blood
shock
Angels.
with -1 on him,
They
one
are
battle
real
shock with
good.
-1 on him.
Have to see if the new book leaves them stronger or weaker.
Yeah. And for the next game, I will
Fine,
make them
okay.
use all orange dice.
I,
Because
I think so. I think that's how we get
These
around.
are
it.
that
the
spotlight is just.
25
I just
first.
looked at it and I can
People
see
need,
everything.
people need to be able to
Now
read the
wounds.
values, right?
3s. Toughness 5, right?
Yes, and -1 to wound.
Yeah, so we're on the problem, guys, and we'll swap the dice out. So it
1,
will be all
2,
orange dice. Won't be as
3,
easy to tell which
4,
players are on,
5, 6,
but
7,
you will be able
8
to see the value.
Yeah.
from the first row.
Damage to each. Yes.
It's a shame because
Yes.
I really like the
So
blue
dead,
dice.
Hmm.
And I already
Maybe we can get some WTC.
The whole unit.
dead.
Yeah.
Like £2 each. €2.
How many attacks?
6.
6 attacks. Straight hitting on 3s.
And 2s.
2s.
And 3s with you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
But I will, it's damage 3 and
Yeah. But the thing is, you have blast.
under the small.
So you got some tagging going off on the monolith.
The orb is blast.
Vanguard have gone
The
through,
3d3 shots are blast.
made a big
Yeah.
dent,
Here.
and that means that the monolith is staying
So,
where it is.
2 guys on him.
Yeah, it's merch, but they're really nice. They're really they've
3
got
guys on
really
him. Eyes on 1 wound.
silky material and they're square.
2 guys
really
on,
nice.
3 guys on him.
Absolutely.
So that's 5 left. No.
They
Lemart
pay
is
gold
here.
or something. Amazing. I love it.
And 1 death company. 2 here, 3s, and
Well, I
7
paid
here.
€26
So,
for parking here, so
starting off with
€2 doesn't
Martes.
seem too much for a die.
6 attacks hitting you on 2s.
So you've got the Death Company rolling now.
So it's a wound.
Mm.
And again, he's going
Rerolling.
for the great big
One
kill
lethal.
everything roll, trying to
And
Don't-
wounding
don't
you
go
strength
bunch of
8.
units at
Yes.
Toughness.
And
This guy.
8.
Force, you have 3 inputs. Dice.
Do you have something else?
I have 1 more death company to go. And then 8 here.
Travis Daughter's gone down.
Rerolling. Thank you, death
Yeah, I
company.
might zoom in the top camera a little bit. It's just
And
if you look at that screen.
toughness 5.
6.
3s.
Thanks very much for the
482.
feedback. Let's see if we can get you a slightly
Dead.
closer up view.
And
So see, that's pretty much
this is
almost zoomed in as much as I can.
Mhm.
and 28 more.
But I agree. On the small screen, it's harder to see. That's why I'm trying to do side angles as much as I can,
Yeah.
2 times these.
and that's my way around it because now it's a bit easier.
These are
And I can
lethals.
get closer.
Boom.
These are rerollable.
So there you go, guys. We've got the what might be the last stand of the Necrons.
Yes, alright.
Just
And these are toughness.
The big wave of BA
Yeah.
coming.
3s.
And there's no interrupt coming, so it's just
Yes.
tough. Because
Um,
interrupt would make a big difference here.
Yeah, yeah.
3, 6, 9, 12, and I have 24 more.
And -2.
-2. So
1, 2, 3, 4 dead and.
That's my reaction exactly whenever I play
Yeah.
Blood Angels.
Yeah.
What do you mean 30 more? I just had 15
and then I
selects.
will come to this guy to engage him.
I don't usually bother making my Blood Angels
From the
opponents
bottom.
roll
Mm.
dice.
He's down.
I
I
agree.
just take my stuff off.
No, yeah,
If they've connected.
I'm down.
I'm usually dead. But I mean, they actually did fall short on a couple of things last turn, which made it a little bit spicier.
Hmm?
Yeah, they did fall short on their attacks on a couple of units last turn, which did make it a bit more interesting.
There you go, got some Spanish viewers.
Hey, lovely
How
to
you
have
doing?
here.
Yeah,
Hola.
the Spanish guys are 2 tables down. They're
Bring
not
the
here
other
yet,
guy that
but
was
they'll
with
come
him,
down soon.
because he was not in conscience as I did that. Sanguinor. 9 attacks, 2 rolling. Re-rolling. Alright.
2 rolling is never great.
3s, 6s are devil. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2s.
Two,
Tough,
two and 2 devil.
toughness.
5.
2 and 2 devil.
Yes. AP.
AP 3.
So on 6s. So,
So
4.
4 devil.
Sanguinor's trying to tangle with the Immortals at the back there. Hasn't managed to finish off the
He
unit.
should have.
That is the Sanguinor life, not quite
Or
killing
dead.
things. That always seems to do it. For a beautifully tricky little unit.
Yeah.
Don't move.
No. And this guy over there, 3 attacks.
It's fine. I gathered what you
hits.
said
Yeah.
close enough. But the Spanish stream is gonna be here in a couple of
Yeah,
hours
they'll be
for
here
the
later.
WTC.
Yeah. I don't know who Spain had today.
Saved.
Mm,
Monolith.
oh, look at the pot.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Armor of Contempt. -1 to hit. -1 to wound.
So Sangard connecting,
3s.
very tough
Save.
to shift. -1 to hit, -1
Oh,
to
and they
wound.
have to
Dante's
do
there as
that.
well.
Extra mark 2.
AOC,
Yeah.
2 up save. This unit is a lot better than I think Blood Angels players
Fine.
have appreciated
These guys.
for the last few months. But as we're seeing at WTC, no such trouble with the
So
international
3
players.
fights?
They see the value of having a unit that's actually obnoxious to kill.
Uh, 3, 9. On your armor save. 1,
Three dead?
2, 3 dead.
So I have 1 that is you back.
Yep.
1.
Who you want to remove? Bring,
No scoring.
no, remove your model.
If you want to.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
I have
I
to
tried to see
consult
the
it.
pods, but all I can see is memes in the general chat in Discord. So
So, engage on all fronts for 4.
Big connect turn for the Blood Angels.
1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So the secondaries will be picked.
Let's
So what happens
recover
on the
assets
stream
CP.
is when you click next round, it switches, and when the players pick, they will add them on. So you'll see the new ones as soon as they pick them.
No. And on the previous one, they make 2 points in infirmary because of the guarding and
Go.
home objective.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, what I TP first?
There we go.
I think that will be nothing, eh? I have no left me, eh?
So yeah, so the players change the secondaries as they go. That's why they switch to secondary 1 and secondary 2 for both when you go to the next battle round, so they can pick them and add them. Because per WC rulings, I cannot do automatic generation. They have to
Yeah.
pick physical cards and then
Cool.
select what they taken on the actual app. Just to make sure there is no errors or anything, because software will go wrong.
I don't think that Imhotep's done his damage thing yet, no.
Yes.
So Storm Hostile and no prisoners for the Hypocrite. So need to flip an objective with the resources they have left. I'm not sure how viable that is. It's not impossible.
Battle shock on the Imhotep.
You got the Scorpex there on the far side.
I think he's doing that now.
The big moment in that turn, just gone, guys, was just the.
6 inches.
I think Arnaud really
Oh, okay.
needed to screen out the ingress of the Marties and the Death Company for it. Those Death Marks that came down needed to be
Yeah, the immortals
deep
are
struck
back.
and screened. I can draw on the thing, can't I?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you minimize this,
you can see
then you can screen.
This whole area here
Who is at 12?
was screaming, Death Company are going to land here with Ingress.
And they did.
And for a moment he was putting
the
some
two
death
units.
marks down.
Okay.
And it looked like he was going to screen it out and stop it from happening. Then he went for the corner up here instead. And then Lamatis came in, which just meant that the Blunders just connected again across the entire front, rather than steering Lamatis to an extreme end. And that was pretty fatal, I think, in this context.
Looks like the Sanguinary is gone.
11, so it's 3 in charge.
Sanguinar's gone, is it?
You move 8 and it's 11, right?
Oh, no,
So 3.
does he
Can
jump
the
away?
base go all
Pre-elected,
around?
or-
Don't think so.
Because he was placed next to Immortals and now he's not there.
Must have died.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, must have been the Mortals that
Oh,
killed
maybe
him.
Imotech's done his mortals and killed him, yeah. That'll be it.
We were distracted for a second and
Yeah.
Sanguinar's
This
gone.
is why I shouldn't draw on boards. How do we get rid of the drawing?
Yeah, what?
Oh, F1. There.
Perfect. Should bring the chat back.
Can draw because I am touching here and he's 8.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we are.
This one are not. You have nothing left, yes? In the reserve. Okay. It's enough. You have enough here. I think this will be rock and roll. That will be the just killing together.
Yeah, that's Necron player. I think he's got the gist of the game where he's like, well, we're just gonna
Yes.
kill each other.
Yeah,
And
I think he knows he's done it this
1 and 2, I think.
No, only this
And
one.
then-
Because
Yeah, on one.
well, at this point, what he's doing is he's trying to play his game.
He's an
Mm.
international. He's not going to just give up. He's just going to see what can be done with the remaining assets he's got, and then go from there. I think now that both those death bricks have arrived, it's going to be very hard to do enough.
Yeah, it is Tom. There you go. You can see him here. You can wave Tom.
Hi there.
See in that little window there? We're here. You can see
Hello.
us in the background.
Hello, John.
'Cause
Yes,
the-
it is.
Yeah, the caster cam decided to just die on us, and I
Yeah.
know how to fix it. Just don't want to
Yeah.
disturb the players. We're gonna have 5 to 6 hours before WTC,
Yeah,
where
we've
I'm
got a
gonna
bit of a break. We'll sort
iron it
things
out.
So yeah, for those of you listening at home, we've got David of Glasshammer on stream and with his lovely technology, aided by his brother as well, helping out. And it is I, Tom of 6++, also doing the thing I like to do, which is talk too much about 40k. So this one actually was interesting because the initial connect turn from the Blood Angels didn't go as well as hoped. A few units survived, some Lich Guards still there, Triarch Stalker still there, but then they were able to ingress pretty happily with Lamatis and connect across.
how many
I think
One.
a few too many Necron assets were still too close to the
Hmm.
danger zone. Got connected into, and things got very difficult from there.
Oh, so you reckon the Death Ray is gonna shoot 4 shots that are gonna all explode into
Yeah,
maximum
hey,
shots?
look, we can
It's
hope.
possible.
If the monolith and the Skullhex can absolutely cripple that Sangard Dante brick and clear that side, then it's
So-
not fully over yet.
And
So,
the Immortals will hurt the Death Company too.
Graph, the way it works in WTC, you cannot stay an inch away and not be charged. If you can legally get through a wall, so if you're infantry or a beast,
Yeah.
on WTC rules, if you cannot connect, you cannot land inside the wall, then to explain it the easiest way, the engagement range extends to 2 inches, so you can always fight through a wall.
yeah.
WTC specifically has an FAQ that stops you from hiding an inch away from the wall. It's the GW tried to fix it, they didn't manage, but WTC always had that ruling for ages, from what I remember. So if you never played in WTC, that's a big shock to
Yeah.
the system. When you hide in, oh, I'm an inch
Combat
away.
armies love it, right?
So it doesn't help knights and things like that, because vehicles still cannot get through the wall to fight, but the infantry and beasts can. So that's why he just couldn't hide anywhere else. The only way to stop it is to screen yourself with another
Yeah.
unit.
Got Mythic Destroyers coming in. You know,
Hmm.
there's a swing back here. There's definitely going to be a swing back. There's going to be
Mhm.
some damage.
There's a lord with them as well, right?
Yeah,
From what I
yeah.
can see.
So if this does enough,
but you are -1 damage.
if this does enough, it's not impossible that Necrons can break back out of this. It was always closer than it initially appeared, but it's just a knife edge right now.
Everything. Confirm.
Grath, yeah, that thing is a rule in WTC only for the time being. Yeah, we're waiting to see. GW have passed up the opportunity to adjust that several times, so they evidently seem to think it's fine.
18 and
It's one of those things, isn't it? Like it just
So
never feels great,
you have
but
one
we're all
year.
very used to it now. So
One on one.
So I have
If you
it
go,
doesn't
I'm
really
sure-
matter which way you go with it.
if you Google the WTC FAQ or WTC charging free walls, there's a whole 12-page document explaining it with pictures if you're curious.
Yeah.
But that's how continental Europe plays it a lot, and WTC events.
AP3. Shade.
Flamer. 6.
We'll do a little bit of self-promotion whilst we're here because we're very good at self-promotion, possibly the best.
Five.
If you hit like and subscribe on the Glasshammer videos, that would help
course.
them out. That's always great. You know, more fans
And
for the
6++.
Glasshammer. And exactly, yeah. If you want to hear more of what we do as well, you can go over to 6++ Gaming on YouTube, hit like and subscribe there, and you can hear me natter all things 40k on a regular basis.
And even I've spoken to Chris. You know when he was dying on tequila, and Chris actually wants to start coaching.
Yes, there you
So
go. Very
he
exciting.
will be getting videos on the Glasshammer channel.
Ah, that's
So
very
you will
exciting.
actually have someone who knows what he's talking about
Yeah,
outside of money.
very useful. That's awesome.
So
Very exciting.
8.
Have to make sure that wasn't just
Maybe?
the tequila talking.
No, no. I mentioned before that.
Yeah.
Well, I can always keep him. You know, it's a verbal contract, right?
Leslie in the chat says that it's a good adjustment to the rule vis-a-vis not standing an inch away from the wall. Yeah, I agree. I don't like it. I don't really like creating these non-interactive zones and forcing long units to go around long charges and stuff. So I think it's nice to just do away with that.
You
But
don't
as I
ignore
say, it's
cover,
not been ruled that way in most of the world in most situations. So
It's to be more interactive, right? You don't want to just be like, you can't do anything, and I'll just kill
exactly that.
So,
2.
how many shots each? 36 total.
6 for
Reroll, full reroll.
And as
Critical
Zazata,
and
you're
sus-
completely right.
critical.
That if any attachment can make the most out of 4/5, it is hypercrit.
Okay.
It's completely correct. This is it is one of the best equipped armies to grow back into the game.
Yeah, Necrons like to stand in behind them.
Yeah, they do.
It must be a Blood Angels dice. It cannot. It's probably the monolith. How many shots do you have? A lot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And that's miss.
Yeah, the orange dice are definitely the bigger way to go.
Okay.
'Cause I can see everything.
Yeah, they're very clear. So I think that's what we do.
So I have 1, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16.
And yeah, Grath, you are right. It's going to depend a bit on the army that you play as to your perspective on that.
I love gun lines, so I love a ninja way.
I like stabbing gunline, so I like being able to reach it.
24. And 3 rolling 1.
Cool.
Legs them after.
So yeah, just going to see if the hypercrypt can do enough.
So, can you make already this
Do
one?
enough
Yeah,
here,
do
they
it.
might be able to get back in again.
Wait.
The same side, no?
The same side, everybody. Freeze.
Trees and that.
I think these dice are bad. And 6s. So
It's
one,
always the case.
2,
Whenever
3
the
guys.
players are on stream, the older dice are always better. I
These are-
think
these
David
were-
Leniewski that won the final in the Glasshammer. I think he went second, or he came second, but he won in the top cut. And he kept saying that, oh, my dice are not good, my dice are not good. And then he proceeded to roll
The
just
same
6s for the
stuff.
entire turn.
Pierce in the chat, I think it was the Heavy Destroyer shooting at the Death Company.
1, 2, 3.
Do you have a new one left?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which guns do they have on them? Because they can have
One.
the 3d3.
I think it's the massed 1 damage shots.
Hmm.
The inimitic something or other, disintegrator or whatever it is.
It's 18 charge. You have 5 first? No.
Obviously, we're in a marine bodies matter with T-Suns and Blood Angels everywhere, so that gun is just a good way of just pushing wounds through marine bodies.
Yeah, so Enigmatic Exterminator is the 6 shots.
Yeah,
So
that's
one
right.
boy and
Rapid
it
fire
goes
is
destructor
6,
is 1 shot.
sustain
Four
is
up.
1.
Hmm.
So it's like 12
So it
shots
does
when
12
they come
shots
in close.
each.
Yeah, it's a beautifully brutal unit. Just piles on the shots.
Yeah, that's what they said in the chat, to ignore cover for -1 weapon.
Exactly that.
Yep.
Exactly that. So that's the thinking, guys. That's what the Triarch Stalker combos with these.
Daka,
these
yeah, Daka
destroyers.
destroyers. Yeah.
two big ones.
Sorry, Villa. Yeah. VLP.
Go.
Oh dear. Dakar stories. So there you go. That's a good swing back already.
Mm-hmm.
To begin on the
Force.
one.
One.
And twos, yes.
AP.
4.
Damage. 2.
1. I will
They
do
still have
once
about 30 minutes each on the clock, so
No,
they should be
loads
fine.
of time.
One.
Loads of time. This has been a
So
much
if you look, you
snappier
can
game.
see- Yeah, 38 to 22, but it's Necron's turn, and then it's gonna be the Vladimir turn. So it looks like they're going at a good pace.
Yeah.
Pace.
X mark and sorry, the 3d6 on him.
Compared to yesterday, definitely. Because yesterday there was no action for like 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Twos.
Look at the hex mark still kicking as well. You know
Two.
what? There is more
Do you
still.
ignore cover?
There's definitely more punch
AP.
still kicking here in the
AP.
hypocrite.
I can say it 3 times. I barely speak English.
One.
Mythic
As it-
Exterminator and
Round
Mythic Exterminator and Mythic Exterminator. Oh, I didn't
Oh,
enjoy
But that
at all.
wasn't quick.
It wasn't.
Here. Go.
Nas in our team calls it the anemic exterminator anyway.
Anemic. Well, Dakastros is way easier. So I approve.
No, for
no,
Abinville.
yes. That
And yeah, and you're right. This is the thing that the BA list has had some big connect bricks, but its lighter assets have been whittled away pretty heavily.
47 was play much. That's not bad.
So it is
I will make only 2
if
shots.
Dante and the
From
boys
whom?
don't get it done here,
Range.
then you
18.
do have
And
problems.
it's rapid
Definitely
fire.
do have
Yeah,
problems.
so it's back and forth. I didn't expect the exterminators to do that much.
Yeah, oh, they're deadly.
Go.
Absolutely deadly unit.
And twos. And strength 6. And trees. 2 AP 1. But,
With
Yeah,
cover.
always very, very dangerous to rule hypocrites out.
Right.
okay.
Yeah, this game has been an absolute barnstorm. They've been
Okay.
tearing blows,
Yes.
tearing lumps out of each other. It's been
Charge.
violent.
Mm-hmm. Go.
9.
Mm-hmm.
You only have 1 CP. Oh, you have
2.
CP.
A reminder, if you're just joining us, that we'll be covering England versus China on this stream tonight, 5:30. It's the first game of China at the
Yeah,
World
this is where is the wall?
Championships.
And England has been preparing
it's not
real
bad.
hard.
Yeah.
England
it's like
working
that,
their
yeah.
asses off, having a trying to have a real tilt at winning the thing this year. Should be a really, really good game. There's some really awesome lists in the Chinese team as well. So I'm particularly excited for the Soulforge pack. That's what I want to see play. So we'll be back and we'll see what we get on in the end after pairings and everything
And
else.
also, Jack, if you run the boy spam, you deserve to get one shot by enemy exterminators. Because I've played inside the matchup, and it's not fun. I mean, I played the 18 raves, so I can talk, but you know,
No, I won't charge.
Okay.
you never want to see 120 boys running at you
Battle
and
check is
going,
-1
how are we
everything,
gonna score a primaries now?
And that's right. The exterminator, the gun, it's that sort of volume of shots that
This guy.
beyond a certain toughness threshold, it can solve any
These guys?
problem just through weight of
There are
dice.
6.
That's
Yep.
what it does. It'll annihilate elves.
They are not fighting.
It will
Okay.
Because when they deep strike, they can spend a
push
CP for
wounds
full
through
rerolls,
marines.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's very, very dangerous unit.
Better circle, that's this one and the
And it's
one.
just how many Sangard we're left with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got the mini Scorpex coming in now to counter as well.
Where? All right.
Start here.
Uh,
With that one.
fight.
It's all about whether these
Yeah, fight
Scorpex
on
can
death.
do enough.
With the Lord, they might do.
You are no one. Is one
Dante and the boys have
Yes, you
gone,
did 6.
gone for fight on death here.
So you have fight on this?
Yeah, I have fight on death.
The small guys first.
-1 to hit.
Yes. Following and 4s and little hits.
-1 to wound.
On 4. So only 1, so 5 save
AP.
and 1 devil. AP 2.
Damage.
2.
Force.
So
3 die.
4 died with the devil.
4 die. Yeah.
And the big attack. Running
3.
and strength 10, so on 3. So
3.
3 save. AP 2.
Scorpex going in.
So 3 more.
Yeah, Scorpex
Yeah,
Lord did more
five
than
more.
I've ever seen
Any
one
other
do. That
attacks?
was awesome.
Wait, 5.
6.
Yeah.
4 and 3, 7. Sorry.
Yeah.
Any other attacks?
No.
All right. I fight back.
So
It's auto fight on this, yes.
Yeah, it's auto.
And they are all dead? Yes, they are
All
all
dead.
dead. Okay.
So you've got
And
the
I'm
Fire
back.
and Death of the Sangard. They've taken a big hit there.
Oh, secondary
It
guard.
wasn't big.
The Scorpix did a huge
He
amount of
wasn't
damage
big.
there to the Sangard. I think they've done
Oh, even with AOC.
yeah, if they haven't killed the unit, they almost have. But there's a fight on death, so they're gonna swing before they go. Just about how much they managed to take with
The
them.
thing is, from
Yeah,
the
one
things
guy.
that are
These
dying
two
very
there.
quickly, Monolith is not getting touched.
And these there.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, if the monolith goes down, it's massive for Hypocrite. If it's still alive, they have a lot of
Because
play.
what's left for Blood Angels? Because it looked very good, and now I don't see many of them.
This is the thing with the sort of the three big bricks type list. Is once those bricks go down,
Yes.
that's
So
you done.
those.
So what? You've got this, and then that ruin, everything's dead.
And 5.
You've got I think like one death company, a couple of death company and Lamartis over there.
So it painted
You're
a
going to have
completely.
basically Lamartis and Dante running around, and then a couple of little squads,
It's many.
and a couple of leftovers from units.
Yeah, it painted a completely different picture
Yeah.
when we looked
Oh,
at
it
it,
changes
and I was
things
like, oh, it's gonna
radically.
be fine, it's gonna be fine, because you know
It's
the feel no
all-
pains and stuff.
And then
all
the other
about the
guy
swing
on
back.
the monolith.
It was all about the swing back.
Was
And
it?
it's done exactly what was needed.
2 wounds.
You cannot count Hypercrypt out.
The 4
Look
was
very,
two,
very
two.
peaky.
And
2
Dante.
turns in a row. They've dug themselves out of it, so it's not over yet.
Okay, the Scorpions are falling apart at least.
This many.
5 AP. So
3.
10 in total with the 204.
Sorry?
10 in total with the 2d4. So I am at 12.
Let me check something.
Is damage 3, yes, Dante?
Dante's 2. But
Wait. I fight before Dante, no? They fight on test.
yeah, you're right. So
No, no, it's your turn to fight first. Yeah. Give me that. And I will now fight you with the monolith.
wait.
Okay?
Yeah.
And 3, you are still -1.
No, not now.
Okay, so only 1.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpex weathered it enough that there's only
How many wounds?
they have still
Ah,
got
6.
still got models,
So
and if the Necrons still have models, they're still in the game and start growing back.
Because now the Blood Angels are running out of units.
They
Because
really
how are you
are.
gonna?
They
You're holding one objective in the back screening,
many
and
each?
now you have to move these
3.
units.
AP2 damage 3.
So no one's there.
And that's why this is
Mm-hmm.
this slightly unusual French list where you've got the Scorpec, some combat counterpunch in there that's a bit cheaper. It has a bit more give and go
Whole
into an
unit.
army like Blood Angels.
Because it
where
was the whole unit dead.
a unit
and
of
the whole unit
Scorpec
was
actually
engaged.
puts a real, puts massive hurt into a Blood Angels unit. Catan don't actually have the weight of attacks. As cool as Catan are, they don't get through whole bricks of Blood Angels and they get annihilated. So it's really interesting. I think we'll probably be seeing more Scorpec out there in the wild after WTC. Really, really good at helping them get through some of their tougher matchups.
Correct procedure is 1 at a time. Okay? If it's made no real difference,
No, I don't think that will make a difference.
okay,
So.
but just to make sure it's done. So somewhere different in the game it might be.
And yeah, a couple of key units still alive. The Immortal's still alive is huge for
So-
secret missions.
My screwing.
Scorpec still alive is huge.
So,
they start growing back.
just
And these emitting
the
destroyers
one
as
that
well, and the monolith.
no,
Suddenly,
no.
So I've won.
Oh, the
those 4
curious,
units look like
Will go.
enough to win the
the
game.
curious ruling that Jay just said, or the head ref,
It's
is
your
that
turn, yeah.
when you do fight on death, you should you're supposed to fight model by model, in case they get out of range. Like the
Alright.
player said, it didn't make any difference in here because they would have all been able to fight pretty much. But you have to do the model by model. I've never done that before. I was like, oh, 4 died, I'll fight with
Yes.
4.
Yeah, I've never done that either. I don't. But this is the top level. PSR is the
Killed,
Lord with the 3 squad with the 6. Yeah, that's right. So essentially, you've got like
1, 2.
a mini squad with the Lord that's still very dangerous, and then the 6 brick. 6 brick's so dangerous anyway, it doesn't really need the
And
Lord.
now I'll pick.
So you just have 2 fairly equivalent countercharge units.
Choosing
Dante's gone
secret
down
war.
to the monolith.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's going to be really hard to see how. the
Yeah,
Blood
well,
Angels-
you've got a massive triangle of Thunderhammers coming at you.
Dante.
Blood Angels look like they may have burned out here. It was all about whether those bricks could weather the countercharge.
Just take the card.
And the reason
It's
that
hard to
squad,
see where their push is going to come from now.
the reason that squad with the Scorpic is so deadly is because when they charge, they do mortal wounds, and if they roll a 6, which I think they did, they do
Yes.
D3 plus 3 mortal wounds.
It's beautiful.
This one.
Yeah, they're a really dangerous unit, right? They're a bit slower.
Containment. Sabotage.
But obviously in Hypercrypt you can get around that.
How much does Blazonides have in reserve?
Cool.
I'm not
So,
quite sure.
um,
I'll go have a swing around and have a look.
battle shocks. That guy.
He's not.
I'll be right back,
Captain.
I'll have a look.
That's
He's
one.
not.
The other guys. Everybody 5.
Is that to us? How much does BA still have in reserve? Well, I think we're entering turn 4 now. So the answer is they
Moving.
don't. So I think
don't
in
know
that
what
sense
we
they're
have.
pretty burned out.
Yeah, I think the answer is there's nothing.
Yeah.
Because on the tray it's just a pile of marines.
Yeah, it was. They had the big swings. But actually they
I'm
didn't-
shocked
didn't
because I
quite
thought
get
they're gonna
through
do way more damage when they came in.
So 6, so 2,
I thought they're gonna wipe
10.
the Scorpex, they're gonna
enough.
kill
Yeah,
all the characters. and
first
everything.
turn where they didn't quite kill the Lich
Maybe?
Guard and they didn't kill
That
the
was
Triad
huge.
was huge. Because that meant the second wave then had to deal with those.
But I'm not
And
sure.
they're just, whatever goes in is getting annihilated.
Remember,
So I would say I'm not sure if they had to do it, but I would really agreed with their decision of keeping Necrons down, The Necrons seem to have just gone, that's okay, I'll just wait.
Yeah. If you look at the way the list was deployed and the way the list was designed from Arnaud, it knew what was going to happen.
I think
You
it's
know.
still the fight phase.
And yes, to fact, the Lich Guard went down last in the turn just gone. They grew back, they did some fighting.
But they
killed some
tanked a
stuff.
lot.
Here?
They
The
had,
tank,
there was
yeah,
a
they were
big whiff.
impressive. I think the issue then was that they were still
this little one.
basically in the danger zone. They didn't get out of it, and they got jumped.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I didn't
Right.
think Necrons would be able to bounce back because they'll be just held down so much, but they killed so much in return because not everything died, and it was huge.
I think that's. The
I
thing.
didn't appreciate the damage output, to be honest, because you go, oh yeah, unit here and there's some heavy destroyers.
Yeah, people don't really appreciate the Scorpec is just
This is
vicious,
the
and the
Here you have the line.
the fact that
And there was- yeah,
the
okay.
destroyers were still alive
From this side.
was just about enough. Sanguinor not killing the Immortals
They cannot.
was pretty fatal as well.
That's what you mean.
You need to be out of.
I know.
Okay, so you don't make containment with them.
I can't. That's what I'm telling you.
You can't because you are in. If you are in your deployment room,
I know. I was outside of 9 for screening.
yes,
Oh, I moved 12.
I don't mean that you can't do it.
I-
I mean the way they are here.
I moved 12. I
Yeah.
moved 12. Yeah.
No problem.
I moved 12.
I do that
Just
quite
working
often.
out where they can do
I
containment.
do that
guys.
quite often. I look at my
Yeah,
opponent, he
nice
tells me
imagine.
something. I'm like, are you
Okay, so
dumb?
containment done.
I'm clearly doing this.
Yeah.
For sure.
But then they go, well, no, and I'm like, why? And it turns
Yeah.
out I just forget to move.
Containment done, and it's turn 4.
Because you hyper focus on one thing you're thinking about in your head, and you don't see the obvious things. Because like we said, the screen from the back of the board is now moving forward to actually do some actions.
Yeah.
Containment and sabotage.
Well,
So the
it's in trouble, right?
And
This
this is
is
the
the
containment is easy.
last throws,
Oh.
really.
Containment's easy, right? It's gonna be done by both squads. The problem is sabotage. You need to survive, and that's not happening against Hypercrypt.
Even a handful of
Yeah,
Blood
remember,
Angel is
I
still
remember.
phenomenally dangerous, though, right? So it's just seeing what he can do with his remaining assets. But yeah, Hypercrypt have weathered it.
I'm surprised they did.
Playing into it, yeah, pressure combat armies can be rough for Hypercrypt. But managed to absorb it, and again, this is where the French list design comes in. They've got enough counterpunch, genuine counterpunch, combat counterpunch in the list to create a real problem. And it's cheap, so you're not paying 300 points for a Catan.
I can't grab with them anyway.
You've got 180 points of score pack that is actually into the kinds of profiles that BA throw up is more dangerous.
And all Blood Ninjas have is this squad
What's your Ocean objective?
and
Sorry?
this
The
squad,
Ocean objective.
right?
Actually,
And then
because they are
there's,
better
you know, you've got
shotgun,
Lamartis and
it would be 4 if I
Well,
had
He
one.
has
and a
two.
few boys.
Lamartis and one guy over that side.
And I would whip up.
So
It's not looking great.
It's
I love how we just swing back and forth. It's like,
It's-
yeah,
yeah,
it's
this-
good,
it's
it's good, it's
been-
good. Oh, it's
literally
bad.
been like watching two heavyweights just smacking each other in the mouth.
Just one of them fell over.
Fell over forwards, like just had nothing left to give.
Actually, let's go here and look at the summary. So it's currently turn 4. It went quickly.
Yeah.
Um,
It
Go.
did. Snappy. good, sharp play from
Yeah.
both.
Necrons didn't have a good start.
Nope.
But then it just swung completely.
Yeah, I think it's one of those matchups where I don't think the score at the end will tell the story, right? I think it's a knife edge game where the potential for it to go in both directions is very real, but what it is never
Shootings.
is just mild.
This guy's on him.
I agree.
It's extreme.
And you can see how quickly they're going through the game. They had a lot of combat, a lot of shooting, a lot of moving and screening, but they know what they're doing. It's like, my plan is this, I'm doing this. Oh, there's some shooting.
One AB1. Dead. And one crack. Hits. No. So one.
Trying to get the def marks out from behind.
One's still
These
standing.
guys are charging
So
him.
annoying, right?
Charging for the emetic.
7.
Yeah.
Think. Yeah, within 8. If you want to check.
This is easier. Just put so you are not in.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Do I want to reroll that?
Oh, they're just out.
Yep. Reroll.
It looked to me like he was in, but so
It's an angle. The fisheye on the lenses sometimes is really.
And
Yes,
this guy.
So instead of failed the charge there. The Marty's is getting involved.
Forgot to
He's.
betrayal.
So Lemartes fights. 2s, rerolling. Sorry, a lot of stuff here. And toughness.
6.
3s. 4 AP2s.
Fine. So one left.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think-
the Marty's kills are destroyed.
Yeah. Lemarty's mate is dead.
Before I do that,
Oh, he
It's
died,
Just
did he?
Lemarty's.
Did he get
doesn't
over? He might
work.
got overwatched by the hex mark.
Can fight you.
Hex marks are really good, guys.
That's what he was rolling. It was the
Yeah.
hex mark. Yeah.
really annoying little
He's
unit.
not
I hate him.
If you want to, that
Yeah.
won't change anything.
Yeah.
I will just kill him with.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the thing between
So,
So I will-
containment for
Blood
6.
Angels is really honest,
Oh, yeah.
aggressive, straight meat and potatoes kind of
Mhm.
army. Hypercrit is full of tricks and nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Yeah, it looks like the tricks are going to get him home here.
So, containment for 6.
It's a better to discard.
So,
So what-
Wargames live streamed a bunch of Blood Angels earlier, I think. Or the Spanish stream. I didn't have Blood Angels on yet, so I don't know how effective Sunguard is. I just know they're scary to kill. I don't know
They
their
are.
damage
We're
output.
not.
They are.
I know they're just
Vanguard
movable.
Yeah, -1 to hit, 2 up save, AC. Where they are effective is where you can get a big connect with a good chunk of the army all at once, and then they become a nightmare.
Oh.
I think in this game the waves were able to get isolated and picked off easy enough.
That's a good question.
It does very
If you
much depend
guard,
what you're playing
then
into
you
and what you're
cannot go up.
against.
Because you do it at the end of my turn.
Okay.
So,
I think
these
in
two
general this
need to
BA
stay.
list is built with like 3 massive
No,
swings in it.
he's staying.
You know, it's not lots of little
He's
units,
staying.
it's 3 huge bricks that are expensive.
I
So
agree.
They are
if
staying,
those
but
bricks
they
don't
don't
win
gain.
you the game, you burn out like this, right? You need those 3 punches to be perfect. And the first turn the punch fell just short, dropped on 2 of the units, didn't actually kill 2 of the units it was trying to kill. And then so the second turn there was more cleanup needed, which means overall the assets are
I just need to kill that.
just about able. But if you
I will not
had
go
been
up.
able
I
to
will
see
check
Arnaud
anyway, I will
here,
use 2 points.
Arnaud thought he was in big trouble. It was so precarious for the Necrons. They were really on the very edge of
Okay? So I will
getting pushed back too much. But then they swung back, did enough damage, and
next one.
that is going to be tough now, I think, for the Blood Angels. But
That's one.
so this game's been a nail biter. So I'm wary of calling it.
So I have 2 CP. One, you have 2 because of the single card is engage and Avia Denial. Okay. Better shock. Her name is not better shock. How many remember? 2 more, please. Yeah, they will just rip up to see you and not move and shoot you because they will hit on 2. No more battle shock. How many reanimates? 1 and 2s. Care. And 2s.
Oh
Reanimate.
yeah, the destroyer that skill just
He's
came
battle
back.
shocked. Sorry, you rolled.
Is the Necrons thing?
No, he's not.
He is not battle shock, and
Okay.
so I make anyway. I make 4, 8 points.
Okay.
Yeah, Necrons are just running away on the primary now as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is the thing. But Burden of Trust, the end game scoring is massive, and Hypocrite also, you know.
Because the best
Great
way to see
seconds.
how the game is going is if you look here, the Blood Angels are just not quite doing it because remember
It's
it's
not
turn
gonna
4. It looks like it's turn 2, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He will just come back to see his friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's on one? Or what
No,
did you
he's
have?
full.
No. This is I will just
I would like to say this is why Trial Stalker is good, but I haven't seen them do anything this particular game. It was a bait.
It managed to not die, and that's it. Yeah, it's just a big thing you can put on the line and block up some space with. Right?
Okay.
and I will chip with the monolith Imotech
Mm-hmm.
here with the ability.
Cool.
I will put my hex mark here.
And yeah,
Yes.
Veal can see it.
Or maybe I
There will be. This will not. The whole story of the game will not be told by the final score.
And the event so far,
He's
Richard,
not
was
up.
really good.
I TP both of them.
Oh, okay.
It's not many tech issues. We
I
had
didn't-
some
I
today
didn't
in the
hear.
morning, but
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
had
be fixing them right after
Nurglings
this
in the
game.
machine. Nurglings in the machine this morning, but we
But the
sorted them
games,
out.
there was no drama, no issues. The games were
Mhm.
tense because it's top cuts and you know how competitive players play. But there was nothing unruly, so everything's good. Oh, look, that was good.
Yeah,
6
my
plus
boys,
plus.
my boys from 6 Plus are in the chat. What's my catchphrase from going to be? Because we
Yeah.
can't see you twirling your head. Don't worry. I'm sure once we get the cam on later on, you'll be able
Yeah.
to see me playing with my head. And yeah, as Veal says, 12 wounds, 4 up in one, gigantic.
Yes.
but
you
Very
do,
solid.
Do you have
Mhm.
this CP?
Yeah, it did screen quite a bit.
And that's the
Yeah,
thing.
you
You
done
just
well.
have to see it. The total
Mhm.
package of what you get for 125, I think, is very reasonable. And then those destroyers love ignoring cover
Okay.
with AP1. They love it. Absolutely love it. So the 1-2 with those
Just
is
one,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, this is.
That will TP.
This should be the crucial thing for Hypocrite is just
Mhm.
secure the board,
They will
lock in the primary, just pick
Mhm.
off some of the remaining assets, and then they should be good to go.
I will just put everyone on points. And
And finally, Hypocrite get to use their mobility.
Yeah, they've been waiting
Spent the whole
patiently.
game pinned in, trying to scrap their way out, but now they've got the space to work with. And it is a truly bonkers detachment. I mean, it's probably the strongest Necron detachment
Yeah.
right now, isn't it? Really,
Because Blood Angels are getting tabled this turn, and then
I think
Necrons
so.
are just
I think so,
Mhm.
and that's it. And that's, as I say, it'll be harsh on Georgios. He's played a good game and
done.
did a lot right with his big
I don't.
bricks.
Yeah, I agree
Just
with everything
didn't,
he did.
just didn't
Just
quite make it. Yeah.
because it was
Yeah,
just like run in
100%.
and then just
Yeah.
punch hard and push him back and keep him down.
Start with,
But just the punch in just didn't quite.
It's where I just don't like being too reliant on big bricks. I think the BA units hit so hard anyway.
AP?
AP4.
You just want more swings.
Down one dice.
You run out of swings too
Actually,
soon.
on the cover?
I am zero.
No.
You have one in cover.
Yeah, yeah.
With AOC, you have a
6 up.
no? Okay. That's good. 26. 7 plus 1. 3. Okay. He's trolling me or what? 2 dead and 1 set. 3 dead.
Very good.
I will continue if you want to remove them after I finish my. To gain some time, because I have all that too. Imotech.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 rolling 1, because you're not on point, so nothing. Flamer. 6.
Sorry.
3 rolling 1, so 4, AP1. No, it's nothing.
One
1.
wound.
It's Tesla.
So down to the last few Marines now.
1 6 for 2 more. And 3 rolling 1. So 4 6. So
One more dead.
So you have just 1 left.
Yep.
I will charge. I will shoot with the 3 sniper. And then
Mm-hmm.
2s and then 3. 2 save. AP2. So only 1 dead.
Here.
Yes. Here I shot him. It's 3 rolling 1 because it's the clover. Rolling 1. Save. On 3, yes. AP2. He's dead.
The cover?
No, you are not correct for the break.
I'm not. Okay.
Charge him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much a cleanup. The
Yeah, I mean that's where we're at, right? I think the actual damage dealers for the Blood Angels have all gone down now.
No.
And if you think about who, actual points on the board, the Necrons just have so much more.
Just the monolith is
Two
more
damage.
points than
This is the
everything
thing
else.
with
But
Necrons in general, and it's just so unique
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like every time you don't quite kill something,
mm,
You have nothing
the
at all?
problem gets worse
I have.
and worse and
Exactly.
worse. It's just, by the end of the game, they're back to full strength. And so
Five.
it's for the BA, you could see it on Georgios' face when he connected in the
So
first
how
couple
many
of turns.
total?
You just
6?
saw he knew he was falling just short
And two.
Mm,
And
yeah,
two
he was
before
in a
was
the
few
like-
second.
places, and he knew
Ah,
the
it's
writing
3
was on the
damage.
wall, because you need to be putting those units away. And every one you don't quite manage to kill is another one that you need to go back
Yeah,
and
we're
deal with
finishing.
again. And
Yeah,
for
we're-
trading armies like Blood
We're
Angels
finishing.
or
We're finishing.
So
He's
you
dead.
know, anything elfy, hate Necrons, because it's just, you go out,
I
if you
make
fall
my,
short, you're dead, you're
endgame
expensive.
with,
It's a very, very dangerous situation.
him. I'm not here.
Very distinct flavour that Necrons have right now.
And so only 2.
Mm-hmm.
And are we at Israel? I'm fine.
And JS says, how are Necrons still broken 9 months after their codex release? They've consistently been a top faction. Can they finally get the Orc/CSM treatment? I don't think Necrons are broken. So,
it's just, I think it's a lot of games are
Yeah.
tic-tac-toe matchup dependent.
yeah, I think it's a strong
Behind.
build.
It's
It's got
a-
some strong
It's not like it was
CP
a
for the behind?
sweep. It was
No, no.
more of a
Or wait.
Blood Angels bounced,
Yeah,
and
I
then
was gonna say,
Necrons just killed enough.
there's a version of this game where the BA
Yeah.
beat them
No,
like
CP for the
80-30.
behind.
So,
Yeah.
that's, I think.
Stand.
BA obviously very strong as well. Necron's very strong. Hypercrypt's just one of those armies that has some very good matchups and is very good at some things and can feel very
This is sticky.
tough to deal with for some armies. But it's,
Come here.
their overall stats are in a much healthier place now.
Battle shock.
And
The last time.
Orcs and CSM both got treated pretty harshly, I thought.
Shock.
So I'm not sure I want to
Shock
dole
everyone.
that out for everybody else.
If I move him here, what's the lines? 1.
That is a good point. Best player, one of the best players winning a game
Oh
with
yeah,
an army
he's
doesn't mean the army's broken.
French
The
international.
player's broken.
Very strong. Yeah. Nerf Arnaud, mate. No, I'd say
Okay.
we've been watching Arnaud this whole game. Arnaud
this is
knew
off,
he was in a
whatever.
very tough game.
So-
This was a knife edge until that turn 3 slap back from the Necrons was vital. If they'd slightly undercooked in there, you know, if you have a few Sangard left with Dante, you have a few Death Company left with Martyrs, then they're in massive trouble. As it was, they applied everything they had beautifully.
I don't take it.
And what you realise is
Ah,
that
well
all those
fine.
little tools in that Necron list are just a beautiful little trap just waiting for you to counter-attack with.
Advance.
If you don't mind, that won't change anything. I will just inch
The chat are now doing that thing where they discuss which armies are broken and which aren't.
Let's do it.
We watched Bringers of Flame lose
You're just
to
trying
lose
to
to
do
Thousand
defense
Suns yesterday,
stronghold.
right? So
Yeah,
Thousand
that's
Suns
the end of my
need
turn.
gloves, haven't they?
What do you?
That's it.
So
And
just distract them.
we're going towards the end of the game
Mm-hmm.
And I will
because there's not much Blood
Yeah.
Angels can do. It's just they're gonna do extend, so they have to hold their home objective and a side objective, which they do.
1, 2,
That's
3
5 points. They
so
can never do
Mhm.
defend. He
Yeah.
won't allow it.
and strong.
Because the question is, can they manage a 20-0, right? That's pretty much the question.
And I will put,
I think this won't be far off now.
But it doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't matter for this, no. But it's I'm sure both players will be practicing with WTC in mind, right? They'll both be playing, so they're both thinking about.
You
the
always play to
differential.
the maximum
Just
points.
if this
Okay.
was just about singles, I think Georgios would probably have shook hands a little while ago. But he's playing for every point he
So
can get, and you've got to
You will
respect
kill
that.
him.
I will kill both. I will TP, I will move, sorry, with him just to see them.
Yeah.
I
How
will-
are you going to kill
I
them?
will TP them here.
Do you have the line that we need?
It's great. Says Arnaud's
I
playing this
removed
beautifully, and yeah,
objective.
I completely agree.
Oh fuck.
It's just patient, right? It's a macro approach, and we were saying this at the start.
No,
We had a couple of
right.
people saying it looked
Okay,
bad
okay.
for the Hypercrypt at the
No
very
worries.
start,
Because
and we were
I
saying
just
the long game
wanted to
here.
see
The
the
long-
lines
the
and
long-
then I could pick up the bottom. Okay.
The long game
No
here
worries.
was always Hypercrypt favoured once they went second. Going
For
second
you,
was
for them,
massive
for
them.
sure. Yeah.
And he
For
will
them.
go 8,
And
then 6.
Arnaud has just executed.
Cool,
it.
cool,
It was
cool.
he definitely rode his luck. It was close in places.
Mhm.
Definitely looked scary.
Overwhelming on 5.
Mm-hmm.
And assassinates.
For
it's
4.
4.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 5 and tactical.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I guard
Necrons
everything.
players should
I make
give this Hypercrypt
1,
list a
2,
try. I
3
think
points
actually having
of
some
stars.
real murder combat in the
Wait,
Scorpex, it looks like a lot
you
of fun to
have-
me.
So Lashlan, you didn't miss the Warmaster.
You
This
bring
is
the monolith
the
here, right?
end of this semi-final game. War Games Live
Right,
is
and you guard
streaming
these two.
another semi-finals game with
Correct.
2 French players now.
Yeah.
And then War Games Live is
How
going to be
did you
streaming the
go there?
final, and I'll be setting up for the WTC.
Both of them
And
on the
there will be 8 streams for the WTC, so you haven't missed anything. You're just in time to see the final
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
an hour,
Yeah,
Exactly.
3.
With
hour and a
Three.
half.
wonderful War Games Live.
Okay, okay.
Adam Camilleri on the mic as well. Should
Alright.
be really, really good. I don't know how the other games go.
Oh,
If
so
any-
how's the other
anyone
games
know
going?
how the other games go?
It looks
Let us
like
know.
Thousand Suns are winning.
Mhm,
If
but-
Thousand Suns win, it's gonna be
Hey.
Necrons versus Thousand Suns.
So Alexandra Sacco versus Arnaud.
I
It's
don't
an
remember how the
all-French
guard
final.
works.
I think Thousand Suns are
Yeah,
favored
whatever.
against Necrons, but I don't know if it's changed. Last time I played, it was the case.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about now.
But
So-
at least I have 10, 12 because at the start.
Because I think it's at the end of my turn. Yeah,
They
let's
are in a lot of ways.
I have
The thing is,
12
Hypercrypt slightly throws off a lot of the
Yeah,
logics
okay,
with
this
Necrons
is
because it can
slow.
do some things that some of the other detachments just
no, I
can't.
have four, didn't
It'll be interesting one to see.
Yeah, that counts.
So I will have
But
6
I don't think Hypercrypt likes mortal
yeah.
wounds very much.
squads.
Mhm.
And that's it. And we just need to check if I make one more one
Okay.
for the 8 more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got some guys coming out in agreement that
Mm.
games into BA can very much go the
Anyway,
other way
good
for
game, man.
Necrons. I completely agree, guys. Like, this is not.
Yeah, we're done.
This is a matchup situation where BA can absolutely win this game. And yeah,
I'm
Arnaud's set up well, stayed in the game, got what he needed in the right moments to push back.
Can I go on with everything?
Guard.
Guard, yeah. I know I asked you a lot.
Yeah, it's just
You can't end a turn guard. No,
It's just for the point, I know. But I need to get some good information.
Yeah, just
so-
checking if at the end of the game you get
Yeah,
the
you
guard points.
you can't guard in the end turn if you've gone second because it
No.
has to finish. It finishes
of
at the
each
end of your
player's turn.
opponent's turn, which will never happen. So, sorry guys, just intervening in the rules there.
I am the last turn,
Sticking my oar in. And Necrons T-Suns final, yeah, two of the heavyweights of the last few months still kicking. Absolutely still
Nothing
kicking.
that's it.
Can you
Something's never
can you see
changed.
the Banhammer coming?
Yeah.
Nerfhammer, not the Banhammer anymore.
I think guys, but you need to show me the rules. I can show you them.
Sorry.
What is it?
it's like a 91.
Ooh, okay. Good.
That
No.
was strangely not close.
Yeah.
I was
So there you go. That's the game, boys.
Yeah, even players say it's
more.
It was a 19-1.
yeah.
There are
So
some
well done,
stuff
Blood
that
Angels. They've
happened.
got a point out of it.
That were some stuff that they were snowballed a lot.
Yes, it's
For
correct.
models
Blood
being
Angels
alive
player
in one
move
wound and
pushed
then they
forward,
require
and then he just
more
get hit back
activations
Yeah.
and,
relentlessly every time.
reviving and stuff.
It was actually a very close, interesting game in the mid game.
But it just all fell apart
and
in
it's
one
just
turn.
the
pretty
BA
much.
list, yeah. And this is the thing with BA. Like, if it goes wrong, they
They
burn out.
These
They burn
guys
out
can
hard
kill
and
them
right.
fast. The thing was that
So what happened is we were surprised
them
because
to
Blood
die.
Angels went all in,
so one
and we
left,
thought they're
one
gonna kill
survived,
everything.
and
They
then
they
like
just
6,
about didn't.
was
It
a
was
big
it was
impact
so
in the game.
precarious in the middle.
Yeah,
of
and
it.
then everything that hit
Because then
back was
the
just
charge was
insane.
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, yeah, if you're just joining us back now, the BA had a couple of big connect turns, didn't quite manage to finish off units in several places, which was huge. Like 3 or 4 Necron units survived on a couple of wounds, or one model left. And obviously, Necrons, they start growing back. BA start running out of swings, and Arnaud was then able to grind it out and push back, for the end game primary. And obviously, it's very hard to score primary in the early struggles.
Yeah, so I think that's the game over. The
Yeah.
players agreed.
It was, yeah, I was going to say,
calculated the score.
It looked like a big moment.
Yeah,
But it honestly swung several different ways. Yeah, I'll take over the again. Let's go and sort that mic. So yeah, it
I'll
swung several
switch
different ways. It looked really good for the BA. At one stage, then it swung away from them, then it swung back. And then the Necrons again just about managed to do it. But it was always going to be, the BA had to go for the fences. And yeah, maybe was a need to connect with the entire army in one go, rather than in the 2 waves that we saw. But ultimately, it comes down to how well the Necrons managed to clear and counter, and I think they were able to do that fairly effectively in the end. Got very, very good output. The Monolith was able to just about stay out of harm's way. That was huge as well.
Yeah, I'm just putting in the score.
Yeah, MVPs for me with the score packs. They were really good in this game, just hoovering things up whenever they came through. And they're cheap enough. Like, they are very cheap, really, for what you get. If you think about the fact that the bricks just grow back if you don't manage to kill them, they're very dangerous.
Yes. So there you go. I've just finished the other screen, and I will. Yeah, just give it to me here. Thank you. I will start down in a minute. Perfect. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. The final will be on Wargames Live channel. They're still playing semi-finals, so feel free to check out the game there. We will be streaming WTC as well at 5:30 local time, which is CEST. And Wargames Live will be streaming as well. There will be 8 streams. I'll be covering most of Team England games, if not all of Team England games. So it's gonna be great fun. And yes, Arnaud beat Liam. Liam is one of the best players, obviously. And Thousand Suns on the other table. I thought he's winning. That's what someone was saying in chat, but I didn't know. I will go and catch up. But yeah, the Necrons did win. Blood Angels, we were convinced Blood Angels are doing very well. That we thought they're gonna win because the punch was so insane. But just because they didn't quite make it, the massive swing back just completely obliterated them. Yeah, there you go. You're gonna need way more monitors than that for the WTC because there's like 8 or 7 streams. We've got Spain, we've got Germany sitting up next to us. There is Australia, I think. I can see Norway flags, Mexico, USA. There's a bunch of streamers, so that's gonna be a fun weekend of 40k. Believe me, I'm having fun. Belgium is great. I love this place. I came from the UK. I'm driving on the different side of the road. Still great. The road markings are great. People are great. So yeah, just Warhammer and fun.
Alrighty.
Yeah, people are surprised just as we are that that it looked like Blood Angels are winning and then they lost.
Yeah.
Because this score didn't change for 3 turns pretty much. They
Yeah,
just
it was. I think it was a massive back and forth. I
Mm.
think the Hypercrit being on second meant they were always likely to be able to squeeze a bunch of points. And so I know Georgios really felt like he had to set the tempo and be very aggressive. And in this instance, obviously, that in the end that didn't work. But it was tight. You know, it was very scary, very peaky for Arnaud in the middle. And ultimately, Georgios burned out and wasn't quite able to put enough of a dent in. But yeah, Hypercrit loved going second, and that meant it was on the BA to make something happen in this game. Because Burden of Trust has a lot of points at the end for going second.
let me just see if I can do that. Yeah, but there you go. That's all for us. There's not much we can really add to that game. It was explosive. It was surprising. We didn't think it's gonna go that way. And I'm gonna go and fix all the tech issues that I run into to prepare for WTC. And I'll be posting on social media. I'll be posting Tom's stuff. Tom's gonna be posting my stuff, and we're gonna be waiting for you at 5:30. I'll be recording some interviews with the players with my brother. So we're gonna have a bunch of in between turns content for you guys. So looking forward to it.
Absolutely right. Yeah. See you guys at 5:30. England versus China. Gonna be fantastic.
Oh, is Arnaud's gonna be on the stream for the third time?
Yeah.
Wargames Live. There you go. Yeah, he's done really well.
Arnaud absolutely smashing it. Arnaud's got to take down Sacco in the final. Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Thanks to all you guys for tuning in. Thanks for your comments. It's been really, really fun today, and a proper barnstorm of the game as well. That was what we like. We like good, violent.
Yeah, it was
40K.
explosive. Yeah, it's a good contrast to yesterday.
That's
and
what we're here for.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Enjoy it, and we'll see you again later on today.
See you
Bye-bye.
at England versus China. Bye.